Alright. Hello, video viewers. I'm gonna share the stream now. Alright, so I shared it. Now let me open the chat on my phone so that I can see what you guys say. And if you're watching, by the way, please do talk in chat. It makes the stream a lot more fun for me and for you. Hello. Alright. Now let me quickly check something and we're going to get started. Alright, so hello everyone, this is our third Epic War 2 stream, and judging by how many levels we got left, I think we're gonna be able to finish the game on this one. Why can I not full screen? There we go. Okay, so let's continue. So last time we ended on chapter 13, so now we have 5 more chapters left, and I didn't level up the orcs, so I think that we're just not gonna really level them up because it takes a long time and it's not really necessary. We already have the elves and the humans leveled up to, well, close to max, and these are the only 2 races we're really gonna need. We only really need humans, but the last mission is kinda tough with humans, so it's better to do it with elves. So if you're watching, say something in the chat, please. Also, I hope that at the audio levels, my voice and the music are fine, that you can hear me, but you can also hear the music. Alright. So, we're going to start chapter 14. What should we do for this one, mankind or elves? Now this one I think we're fighting elves here. So we either fight elves with elves, or we fight elves with humans and then orcs with humans or elves. I can showcase orcs, yes. We have all the units unlocked except for the Titan, because the Titan would require upgrading the castle all the way through. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually level them up all the way, but yeah, we can play with the orcs a bit. Let's try a level which isn't gonna punish us very hard. Let's try level 7, which is the level on which the first revenge waves appear. But they're not too hard and we can still do it without highly upgraded towers or anything. So let's do this with orcs. So with orcs we have this kind of castle. It's pretty cool to see that when we play orcs, the castle looks kind of different from when they have orcs. Like when we play against orcs. And of course we can upgrade the buildings just like with humans and elves. I'm gonna start by just getting some mana boosts, because elves are really easy to drive off at first. Like the small group, and the elves are even less. They have even less health in general than humans do. They do have some really good ranged units, though. All right. So for now, just gonna save up. I think I'm gonna save up for another mana boost here, and then upgrade the tower and the units, and then we're gonna try to just beat them with whichever units we have. We don't have these upgraded all the way, so it's not gonna be that easy, but that's why I played level 7 and not level 12 or something. So another mana boost incoming. At the beginning it's just the same as playing any other race, but the units are different, so... Alright. Now I'm gonna upgrade the tower. Should I, or should I... See, I like to get greedy and just go mana boost, because technically it would allow me to upgrade everything faster, but if I don't upgrade my tower quickly enough or soon enough, I'm just gonna get overrun. Because their pressure, like their level of pressure with which they send units at us, does increase over time. We've seen the elves already, so nothing really new here. Right now they're just sending low level units. Yeah, so I'm gonna save up for another mana boost now. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright. They have healers and stuff like that. These units, catapults, trebuchets and cannons, are the same for all races, so... I guess it would be cool if they changed, but at the same time it would kind of complicate the gameplay mechanics, which might not be the best idea for new players. So yeah, it's not a bad idea that they left it like this. Okay, and another mana boost. And then we'll upgrade the tower and then these buildings. Yeah, at 1k, now that I have 1.5k mana, I should start building up the other buildings. I want to do the tower first because the tower, the arrows at this point provide the best defense that we have, because we don't actually spend mana while shooting. Yeah, riskins would be interesting, like an orc catapult would have some skulls or something like that, although it might confuse people into thinking that they're different things, but maybe I'm just overthinking it, I don't know. I remember that when I first started Epic War 2, I thought that it was too really complicated and I didn't get past level like 1, but it's just that the game doesn't present itself the best. It's actually not very complicated. Pretty easy to understand. To understand. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we have tower level 3. That's as far as we can get for the tower. Now let's do the barracks. So, without any upgrades here, we have access to goblins and orc fighters. So this is the only race for which we immediately get access to 2 units, but they're both just regular, like, low-level fighter units. Goblins are kind of like hobbits, except they're not as fast, so might as well just use hobbits. I guess the goblins are... We can upgrade goblins by upgrading the barracks, but I think the hobbits are just... The goblins don't have a lot of use, the hobbits do. Now let's get another mana boost so we don't fill up on mana, and when we get the first barrack upgrade, we get access to the ogres. Okay, there's some sort of an alert. I hope that everything is fine. I really hope so, but for now, just gonna continue. Sorry about that. Alright, so we get access to the ogre, and the ogre is basically just like the ogre from Epic War 1. It looks similar, and you can tell that the entire orcs faction kind of has a lot of Epic War 1 units in it, like the goblins from Epic War 1. The orc fighters are kind of like the regular orcs. And then there's the ogres. But that's probably it as far as resemblances go. Okay, so we can upgrade barracks again, and we get access to the highest level melee unit of the orcs, and in general just the strongest unit, the Beast Rider, which is the equivalent to the Paladin and the Protector for humans and elves. Yep. Never needed to come out. I guess it plays into the ogre having a lot of health, but I would not want to be one. So the Beast Rider is the fastest of the high-level melee units, faster than the Paladin and Protector, and what it does, unlike like attacks that just well, it has a regular attack like a Paladin and Protector do, but it also has a special attack with a fire, and it just throws people into the air, which is pretty cool. I used to think that fire was lame because it didn't stun or freeze people, but I realized that throwing people into the air is kind of like freezing. I mean, when they're in the air, they can't do anything. The only thing is that, okay, they're freezing our Beast Rider. The only thing is that when they're in the air, it's harder for our other units to hit them. But yeah, they already have, it seems, they have Phantom Archers, which are freezing our Beast Riders. So yeah, good Elven ranged units in use. But don't worry, we have some ranged units to counteract them. And let's now, so we can't upgrade the barracks anymore, don't have that unlocked, so let's go to archery. So the first archery upgrade, very standard, just allows us to create an archer unit, which is kind of probably just the same as the archer unit for the other people. Maybe it has like more health, less damage, something like that. I'm not sure, but I don't think that it makes a big difference. The Beast Rider is literally Orc V-Graph, but weaker, yeah. I wonder how V-Graph would look like in this game. Would he be a paladin, or would he just be an entirely different hero with its own aesthetics? Okay, they have some Phantom Archers. They're throwing Phantom Archers at us. Let's get some hobbits to try to defend ourselves, because I don't want our base to get hurt. Alright, still have enough XP points to unlock Titan units. I only used Mankind and Elf Race. Mages plus hobbits. Yeah, I can understand that, yes. The first time I played, I just used Mankind all the way up to level 18. And there I realized that, oh, perhaps I'm gonna have to use something else. Well, we'll talk about level 18 when we get there. I'm not a big fan of that level. But actually hobbits are doing surprisingly well against them right now, because they're archers, they can't really hit hobbits at close range. I just wanted to delay them, but the hobbits literally just reached their base. Which is fun. Wait, what did A do? Hold on a second. I forgot, did A do anything? So A and D, I accidentally pressed A and D because I thought that it was possible to scroll like that. So I wanted to check I didn't accidentally summon anything. Okay, next archery upgrade. It unlocks the Troll, which you might say, well, oh, wait, what? Did the hobbits just... Okay, did the hobbits just literally take their base down to a half? I did not expect that. I was not ready to summon that revenge wave. Wow. That's... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to beat... Okay, it's not a big revenge wave, so I might be able to beat them, but... Darn. I did not think the hobbits would just kill them. Also, Beast Riders are pretty badass when the time calls. Sadly, the Protectors are kinda badass too. They'll freeze us if we're not careful. Orc, edgelord with a disease, and goblin hobbit with a disease. Kind of. Yeah, we can think about them that way. It's a bit unsettling, but it's true. Or it's not true, but they are equivalents of each other after all. Oh yeah, the bombers can help, but the thing is, they have such a large force of archers. Like, I can try to send a bomber. Let's see if the bomber actually makes it there. If they still had a large force of protectors, then I would definitely send bombers. But right now, let's see. I think I needed to send more. Oh, actually, will he make it? Okay, he actually made it. Nice. That was actually cool. I didn't expect him to make it. Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna send hobbits and they're gonna beat the level, because as we know, hobbits are OP. We send hobbits to defend ourselves and they just win everything for us. Oh yeah, there is one troop we haven't unlocked. Darn it. Okay, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna open another level with orcs. Wait, there's another. Okay, it's all good. There's another revenge wave, which means we're not gonna kill. I hope we're not gonna kill them. Please tell me we're not gonna kill them. It's hobbits. You shouldn't kill them. Okay, we have some trolls, but okay. Okay, good. So we have just enough time to upgrade Academy, and the first Academy upgrade does nothing. It just doesn't do anything, and we're like, what's up with that? There is only one magic unit that the orcs have. They have one more melee unit, which is the goblin. Other races don't have that equivalent. Okay, that's actually getting scary. I'm gonna start summoning hobbits and bombers. Okay, but we also have our last magic unit, which is the totem. And when we're just fighting against revenge waves right here, this might not be the best time to showcase the totem. But the point of the totem is that it's a magic unit, but it's not like the wizards or elf dryads. It does this like it's like the succubus in Epic War 3, 4, and 5. It just calls up like a blast of fire here, and sometimes it can throw people into the air. If we get lucky, the protectors won't always be thrown into the air, but they might be. And I must say that the totems are really good. They're really good units. They have a higher range than, like, slightly higher range than the other magical units do from the other races. And they can mess up our backlines a lot, because, like, if we have a group of archers and they have a totem who just shoots here, many of our archers get thrown into the air. And if you shoot several times, then the archers just die. So when we have access to them, it is really good. I don't know if it's good enough to, the other units aren't very amazing. Ogres, this unit, the level 2, like the rank 2 melee unit, I just never really use it. I think these 3 units are usually the ones worth using, but the trolls, I don't know if the trolls are that great. They're not as good as phantom archers by the elves. They're probably better than crossbowmen, but I don't know if they are. Crossbowmen and trolls are both kind of lame, I think, because they don't freeze like phantom archers do. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on the chat because I was really distracted, so I couldn't read all of that. Beast Rider Chad, yeah. Although I think the Paladin is the real Chad here. I think the Paladin is the ultimate goat of melee units, which is not the Titans, not these guys, like, not the special units. Okay. In a real world situation, the totems would be absolutely terrifying to humans. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I'd be terrified of getting just like a giant snowball or ice bolt shot at me that would freeze me. But if there's a giant fire blast that literally rips the ground and throws me in the air, I think that's a bit more terrifying. Totems are the best units for level 16 and 17. You can stack them and kill the bosses super quickly. Yeah, I've heard about this strategy. You stack a lot of totems and you don't let them advance. Like, you keep goblins around and they keep shooting the goblins but not killing them. And until you have a giant stack of beast rider, or not beast riders, totems, and then we attack the base, and when the boss comes, the totems just do a large chunk of damage. Yeah, so I've heard about it. I've never used it myself because I'm not sure how to stop the totems so that they don't advance. But maybe if I tried, it would work. The problem is, I'm not upgraded enough to really be able to do much with the orcs. And even using the strategy of beating chapter 6 with hobbits is gonna be it's gonna take quite a while to get them up to a level on which we can comfortably beat level 16 or 17. Just imagine green muscular bat, winged floating man that can explode you before you even get near them. Yeah. They can explode you before you even see them. Like, you get thrown up into the air and you're like screaming in pain because of the fire, and you see that there's some sort of a green muscular winged bat floating over there, and that's the last terrifying sight you see before you fall down and die. Okay, so now let's move on to chapter 4. Actually, let's do another chapter with orcs. Can we? Okay, let's try this. Let's try this challenge. We're gonna try to beat chapter 14 with orcs. Wait, I just realized that might be a really bad idea. They're gonna have like, they're gonna have dragons. Can we do anything against that? Can we? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna play a bit of chapter 6 with the hobbits and try to level them up, level up the orcs, so that we can get the maximum level orc tower. And after that, we're gonna try to get level 14 with orcs. You guys alright with that? It's gonna take a bit, but it's not gonna take that much, so if you guys haven't seen this strategy, this is an easy way to get quick experience. So we go to chapter 6 and we start shooting. And we wait for us to get like about 180 mana or something. Use the enemy goblins, your enemy units to stack them. You don't kill the goblins and hobbits of the enemy, so they keep trying to attack them. Okay, but how do we actually kill the, like, if the totems can't kill the hobbits and goblins, wouldn't the hobbits and goblins be able to damage the totems? Because we know what hobbits can do. We know absolutely. Wait, okay, how did I get this much experience? Okay, basically the strategy is you get up to a certain level of experience and you just spam hobbits. And they go and the orc can't do anything against them. Or well, they can try to fight back, but they can't succeed. Which isn't surprising after we've just seen the hobbits demolish the elves there. You kill them just before. Okay, so you aim your arrows just like before the totems. Okay. I'm actually gonna try that on level 14. And perhaps that's gonna allow us to easily win. So yeah, you can see that they're killing our hobbits, but not fast enough, and now we're damaging their base. We're gonna kill it quickly. The reason we're doing level 6 and not level 7 is that, well, we just played level 7, and level 7 had the revenge waves, so our hobbits would be no match for them. But if they don't have revenge waves, it's really easy to do this. So level 6 is the highest level where we can do this. Alright, so I'm just thinking about this now. Should we really try to use the orcs? I mean, we've seen the totems in action, so I think at this point we've seen everything with orcs other than the titan, but we're not gonna get the titan. So I guess I just showed you this, if you didn't know this method, so now we have 6k more experience. So I'm just gonna get this because this is where I would be going anyway, but I don't think I'm gonna keep trying to use orcs. Actually, we could try the totem strategy, but they're not gonna send hobbits and goblins at us because we're playing against elves. So no, I don't think that we should do this. Yeah, they don't spawn a large amount of forces, which I call revenge waves. Basically, when we get their castle up to a certain point, they spawn a big wave, and then when we get the castle to half health, they spawn a wave. Then we get the castle to quarter health, they spawn another wave. But they don't appear until level 7. So level 7 is the first one where they start appearing. I'm gonna stream for like maybe 2 hours I'm gonna stream for as long as it takes us to finish these levels. So I'm thinking about 2 hours. Right, for 14 just use normal mages with max mana. You mean the human mages? I'm checking something. Right. Alright, a mini-boss version. Okay, a mini-boss version of totems. You know, that would be really terrifying when they have large groups. We can just slice through those groups. But it would also be easier to kill that boss because, you know, instead of I don't know actually. Maybe it wouldn't be easy. I don't know. All right. Well, let's try level 14 with we can do, yeah, sure. How about this? We do mankind for against elves, and then we do elves against orcs. There we go. So mankind. All right. We still have the story here, so we have. I assume that you guys already know the story. We're resurrecting an archangel here. So this is kind of the story explanation of how to get the Titan units. The only problem is it's not really synced with the game, so like we can read the story and still not have access to Titan units. Or we can farm and grind and then get access to Titans before reading this. I guess it's not a big deal though. Alright, so we're going with the elves to get like light and dark elven powers here. And I guess it would make more sense to use elves here, but it would also make more sense to use orcs on the other ones, so it's fine. Yeah, let's immediately right off the get-go get 2 upgrades for the arrow. Right, max your mana and start spawning non-stop mages. Then when they reach the tower, start spawning hobbits as well. 100% victory chance. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I think I've already beaten some levels with hobbits and mages, but let's see how quickly it takes us to do this on this level. There's a pretty advanced level, they're gonna send like dragons at us, so let's see. At first, we just boost mana. Sip our tea. Dragons can't kill what they can't reach. Wise words. Yeah, if they had like angels or even perhaps demons, it would be harder. I guess demons, it would be harder for demons to reach us because their range is only like this and our mages would be like over here. But if they had angels or angel knights, we would be screwed with our wizards. Alright, yeah, I should probably sponsor tea on this channel because I have a giant cup of tea on every stream. It really helps soothe the throat, and I'm sure for you guys it does make just sitting here and chilling a more fun experience. What kind of tea? Okay, well, when you get back. Alright, yeah, I think this stage, when they have elves, they can only send red dragons and black dragons. Humans, well, orcs can send red dragons and demons, and humans, I don't know if they can send red dragons. It would be logical for them to be able to send red dragons because every other race can, but it would also be logical for them not to be able to because it's like an orc type unit. But okay, we have our first protector here. Well, let's upgrade our arrow so that we can more easily get rid of him. Yeah, logic doesn't always prevail in this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's like angels or black dragon or something stupid for humans. The last level we played, level 13 on the last stream, it only had one angel knight. So, which makes sense, yeah. I don't know if humans can get any other Titan type units, like any type of dragons. I'm sure they can't get demons. That seems like an orc material, or like an orc unit. Yeah, protectors are pretty tanky. I'm wondering if protectors have a special resistance to arrows. But since they have less health than paladins and beast riders, it kind of makes up for it, even if they do. I was still able to kill the protector pretty easily, but I did have to upgrade the tower. If the tower is at a level where we don't have elemental arrows yet, then it's pretty hard to get rid of even protectors. But with elemental arrows, it's pretty easy to get rid of even dragons. Yeah, 75% reduction. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense why the protectors don't die very easily. But I think, so we have, if we look at the unit, any unit, just show me the stats of any unit, please. Okay, protector, there we go. We have the resistances to like types of attack. And is this like resistances to elemental types? So our elemental arrow is lightning, so it seems that protectors have 50% resistance to lightning and fire, and also 70% resistance to ice. Welcome back. What kind of tea you got? Mine is black tea, and I guess not very special. Okay, so yeah, this time we started shooting the protector with elemental arrows earlier, so we killed him pretty easily too. Alright, mana boost, and I think we're gonna only need to get one more mana boost, so things are progressing surprisingly fast for this game. Okay. Yeah, it takes like 5 minutes to boil water. Okay, elemental attacks with arrows do multiple hits though. Yeah, definitely noticed that. It's an interesting thing, like it kind of seems unintuitive. Like if someone just played for the first time, they wouldn't think that, oh, these elemental arrows are gonna pierce, but I guess that's the arrow equivalent of area of effect damage, and it is really good. Being able to damage groups, really good. So yeah, I don't complain about how it's made. It's just interesting that they just make it like that for no apparent reason to new players and don't really explain it. Also, I'm kind of like, my gripe with elemental arrows in this game. Oh, I should mana boost. So my gripe with elemental arrows in this game is that the elven elemental arrows can freeze people, but the other elemental arrows, humans and orcs, they can't do anything. They just damage, but the elven ones damage and freeze. So what's up with that? Why do elves get this unfair sort of advantage? Like, is it to compensate for protectors not being as bulky as beast riders and paladins? But they have phantom archers, so I think that compensates pretty well. Epic War 1 arrows, you mean the elemental arrows which like exploded when they hit the ground, if they were maxed? They were pretty cool. I remember, like, the fire one threw everyone into the air around it, and the ice and thunder one just freezed and stunned. Yeah. The human arrow should shock them, like the paladin shocks, because lightning is the human element after all. And then fire element in Epic War 1 and Epic War 2 is really weird. Like, it doesn't do what you think it would do. It doesn't burn, and it doesn't freeze or stun or anything. Like, it throws people into the air sometimes. Like in Epic War 1, the fire arrow threw people into the air, but only when it was max level. When it wasn't max level, it just damaged, and the other elemental arrows, they did everything even if they weren't max level. And here we have orcs, like they're beast riders, they have a fire damage and they throw people in the air. They have a fire attack, sorry. And but the fire elemental arrow does nothing. And the totems, they are also fire units and they also throw people in the air. But it's like, it seems like it's only coincidental, like it's not, the fire itself doesn't throw people, it's just that the people who have fire attacks also happen to throw people in the air. So it's weird like that. But it's not horribly unbalanced. I think the elemental system of Epic War 5 kinda makes more sense, but at the same time that one is like, it's like there's some good elements and then there's some really not good elements. Epic War 5 doesn't really get it right with balance, but we'll get to that in many streams probably. Okay, so we're almost at max mana and we have everything upgraded. Okay, no protector escapes our arrows. You should know that, Mr. Protector. Okay, I thought you were gonna die right here. Gonna have to re-aim for you again. There we go, finally you die. So, we now have full mana stock, so let's start sending wizards. Yep. Okay. And the thing is, our mana regenerates so quickly that it's gonna be a while before we get to 0 mana. Like, we can summon a lot of mages before we get to 0 mana. And then we can just spam hobbits. So yeah, I anticipate... Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try not killing the enemy units. The thing is, they have phantom archers, which can damage our wizards, but I guess they can't damage them enough for it to actually matter. See, the wizard stun? That makes sense. The worst human unit is probably the crossbowman, because like it can sometimes do some weird alt type of stunning potentially, but it has a low chance of doing that, and the damage is not very good. Like, they have health, but health usually isn't what you're looking for in... Ooh, they sent a dragon not as a revenge wave, they just sent a dragon. Let's see how quickly our wizards kill that dragon. But yeah, like the clerics and healers, I have never gotten them to actually be effective at healing, but at least they don't cost that much. Okay, are you dying? Okay, no, we need to do something about you there. We need to kill you with... Okay, how about this? Do everything that we can do. There we go. I just did not want him to get at least, like, even one attack off. I did not want that. Right. So... now we've gotten rid of the dragon. We have a whole bunch of wizards stacked here. I forgot that I shouldn't be killing them. Okay, so now they got to the castle. And now I'm gonna spam wizards and hobbits too. Alright. Yeah, the crossbowman arrow knocks them back, but it's not as long as, like, freezing for elves. And it's not, and it's, like, it's very unlikely to happen for some reason. If you have a unit that's as like a special unit, a crossbowman, high health but low attack, at least let him knock back every time. Like, is that so hard? But no, they have to knock back like 5% of the time. So that's why the crossbowmen aren't very good. Trolls, I haven't really used trolls. Okay, this is a black dragon. The first time we're seeing a black dragon. Black dragons are really bulky, and they're harder to kill than red dragons, and they also do more. They also do like significant damage from what I know. The attack is kind of similar to... Oh, for some reason I stopped sending hobbits. But yeah, the attack is kind of similar to the attack in Epic War 4 of the Sky Dragon. Okay, that's like the ultimate attack. And it looks really cool, by the way. I'll give them that. The design of the Black Dragon, it's perhaps on the same level of coolness as the Angel Knight. Yeah, hobbits got this. Yeah. I should use trolls with orcs a bit more to see how effective they are, but like, the trolls are kind of irrelevant, and the crossbowmen are kind of irrelevant, and the human knights, the elf assassins, and the orc ogres are also really irrelevant. Wait, they sent more. There's another dragon's gonna appear, isn't it? The music changed. Okay, maybe they just have a really large number of... maybe just have a really large number of... Okay, I shouldn't have... Why did I use my special arrow skill? I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, they have a lot of people, so it looks like we might not be able to handle this. I have faith in us though, so I'm just gonna spam a lot of things to have a higher chance of defeating them. Yeah, the Black Dragon, it's really weird that they got the Black Dragon, but we can't use it for some reason. It almost feels like we can't use it only because there's 3 spots here, and they didn't want to redesign the interface to make it 4 spots. Like, I don't know why they didn't let us use the Black Dragon. They're like, okay, 6 achievements and 6 spots here, looks nice, so let's reserve the Black Dragon for the enemies. I guess maybe it's like a part of a world building, like, oh, there's this really cool people, like these really cool units, but we can't have them. There are some units we can't have, so I guess that kinda makes sense. Especially seeing as we can have the Titans and they can't. But it's like, I really wanna play around with everything, you know? Get some black dragons, some red dragons, nice. Yep, the black dragon did not make it, and now we're easily killing them. The one time you're gonna see some crossbowmen from me, I just kinda panicked. Right. Well, that was fun. It wasn't hard at all, even though we did have to fight off a black dragon, so that was actually an interesting level. It's a shame that we're kind of far from getting max experience. Kind of a shame. I wonder if I should at this point play with just elves, so that I can have this titan unit quicker. I don't know. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Did you get your tea at least? Welcome back, yeah. It definitely happens with streams, not a problem. Right, so what do you guys think? Should we try to do everything with mankind? Or should we switch to elven now and complete the rest of this with elves? Or should we like split it and equal? Okay, use the totem strategy. I could try. Okay, I'm gonna try. This might not work at all, but I'm gonna try. Because chapter 15, they're actually gonna send goblins at us, so maybe the totem strategy will work. Let's try it, let's try it. Alright, so we have right at the Infernos, like another lore thing where the orcs and humans try to free the Cerberus, aka the Orc Titan, that we're not going to see. So this one wasn't long. It's gonna be kind of like level 14, except well, you know, we won level 14 with actually, hold on, I'm gonna quit here. I'm gonna quit. Can I level up the totems? I can, yes. This is gonna really matter for us. Actually, I'm gonna quickly do this level 6 again to get 6,000 experience, and we're going to get our totems to level 3. Because if we have level 3 totems and hobbits, I think level 15 is not gonna be that much of a problem, just like level 14 wasn't. Yeah, 16 and 17 do... well, 16 and 17 don't really need the totem strat, but... it helps, but at the same time, I think we're gonna be able to do it without, like... yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to level up the totems to level 3. Because it doesn't cost much. Oh, hobbits. I keep forgetting to send them in time, but it doesn't really make a difference. Even if we're late, we can still easily destroy them. Yeah, and the hobbits didn't have to fight anyone. Nice. But without the totem strategy, we're absolutely going to need titans for level 16 and 17. So, thinking we're either gonna play with humans or elves, and I'm thinking elves because I just don't really want to try to beat level 18 with humans. I did it once, but it's not exciting or anything. Alright, and we're about to win this. If it starts lagging, by the way, just get out of sight of the particles like blood and dust when they're hitting the castle. Just scroll away from that and it should be faster. Alright. So, we can now go into research and into orc race and upgrade totems to level 5. Now we can try level 15. Yeah, that's the thing. On level 18 with humans, you can't use the Titan unit. You can, however, use the red dragon, and that's what I had to do. I just had to use red dragons, and it was kind of hard because red dragons are more fragile, a lot more fragile, and do a lot less damage than Titan units. So it was longer, basically. It was longer, but not more interesting, which has a lot to do with why I don't like level 18, but we'll get there. Okay, level 15 with orcs. 0. Sure. We'll upgrade the tower a few times. The only real difference here from level... Okay, there's two real differences here from level 14. One, they're gonna have demons, and demons might eventually reach our totems. And two, we're not gonna have level 5 tower, only level 4. So it's gonna be kinda harder to resist all of their waves, including beast riders, before we can get our attack going. Right. This is pretty easy though. Right, so what is you guys' favorite faction? Especially now that we've seen all three. Right, I should... yeah, I guess if we do it right and stack like hundreds of totems, then the demon is not gonna be a problem at all. Orcs cause of aesthetic, yeah, they definitely do look quite badass compared to the other units. Especially humans and elves, some of their units look very regular, but the orcs, definitely different. I like them. I think as far as functionality goes, elves are probably best. They do a really good job at their niche of freezing. Humans have paladins, which is good, but they also have all of their other units. Well, wizards are good. I'll give them that. Wizards are good, and archers are not bad at all, but humans are just not special enough to be my favorite faction. And orcs, they have totems, which is a pretty big plus, but overall, yeah, I think elves are the best as far as functionality goes. Okay, let's upgrade our tower and get rid of this beast rider. See, the beast rider is gonna be kind of hard to get rid of. However, we can use something really simple to help ourselves a lot. And we're not gonna use it now because we already killed him. But if we send bombers, they would easily. Bombers in this game do a lot of damage. This is like the only epic war game in which bombers do a lot of damage, and when they have bulky enemies, really helps. I've beaten level 18 with all three. I remember I have beaten it with orcs, it was fine. Beaten it with elves, it was fine. So like, yeah, for level 18 it doesn't really matter. For level 16 and 17 I don't think it really matters unless we take into account the totem spam strategy. Yeah, I like how we're on the same brainwave there. Like you said use bombers before I said how I was gonna use bombers, but but I actually didn't need to do that. It was all good. Alright, we certainly need to get max mana. Right. Mana boost. I am interested in seeing how much resistance they're gonna provide this time. Okay, they already have like kinda thick waves coming up. Also, yeah, this is the elemental arrow for orcs. It's It does what a regular elemental arrow does, but yeah, we've already talked about that. I never found bombers effective in this game. They die too soon, cost a lot, and spawn rate is low. I can see that. I think there are... first of all, welcome. And second, I think that there are times when they can be really effective. Like, when they have a bulky unit coming, the bombers do a lot of damage to it and they just kill it. I didn't need to send this one, but why not? Especially with their totems, which have a crap ton of range, and they're gonna... Soon, that totem would be able to damage the castle. But, yeah, they definitely do die easily when they get hit by ranged units. That is for sure. So we have to only use them if we're being attacked, like, right at the castle, or if we're attacking the enemies right at the castle. Because that way, the ranged units are not going to be able to shoot the bombers before the bombers do their thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this game is definitely like childhood, or I mean this series in general is definitely childhood memories for a lot of us. For me that would be Epic War 4 and 5. This game, this Epic War 2 is the last Epic War game that I actually tried, if we don't count... Well, okay, Epic War 2 is the last game that I actually got far into. It was the only Epic War game where like I started and I just couldn't make it past the first level. In Epic War 1 I couldn't make it past like several levels, but I did play it, and I even I remember getting kind of far in it before I like went to officially complete it. Epic War 2 was the last Epic War game that I played like seriously. I decided to give it a chance because people were saying it's good, and I agree, it is good, just takes a while for it to get good. But yeah, Epic War 4 and 5 were the ones that I like played since a young age and remember like have most nostalgia associated with. Epic War 3 kinda too, but like not as much. Right. Yeah, you can block attacks with other units, like as you say, like Beast Riders, because I think Beast Riders and Bombers have a similar speed. So that fits. Dwarves, oh yeah, dwarves, so we have a comparison here. Let's unlock the barrack. Let's unlock everything actually. I think we have the experience to unlock everything. So, we got dwarves. For mana cost 50 they got 280 HP and 70 attack. And ogres, okay, well, they have 650 HP and 100 attack, which I will say is quite a bit more, but several things here. First of all, they are level 3 because we upgraded the barracks. Actually, how can they be level 3? Wait, how can these ogres be level 3? I'm just real. Okay. Because when we bought like the first upgrade, we didn't have ogres. Second upgrade, ogres were level 1. Third upgrade, ogres must be level 2. So this is a bug, I think. This gotta be a bug. But like, yeah, like at level 2 or 3 they have higher stats, but also they cost like 4 times the mana cost of dwarves. So dwarves are really good like as defender units in early levels. I agree there. Now let's start summoning totems. The visuals are... okay, they just sent something at us. Did they? Or no, they just have a lot of units over there, so I should probably kill those units. Yeah, the visuals are bugged. Like, remember, sometimes when we try to, like, when we hover over the Phantom Archer icon on the elves, it just says Elf Hunter, which is not true. Okay, we need to summon some hobbits and bombers for this mess. Yeah, ogres not very useful. I don't think ogres, knights, or assassins are very useful. Like, assassins are kind of fast, but who cares about them? Let's face it. I was like, I don't know, 8 or something when I played Epic War 4. So, yeah, it definitely quite a bit of memories. And I still think that Epic War 4 is it's arguably the best one. Epic War 3 is also up there, I think. What did you think about Epic War 3 when it was first released, James Moriarty? Let's just go with that being your actual name. Okay, Epic War 4 should have been longer, yeah, and it shouldn't have had the shield spell. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on some comments, hold on. The important point with wars is the 50% melee resistance. Okay, actually, if that's the... I never noticed that, I'm pretty sure, so that's... Okay, let's kill that totem. I don't like that there's a totem there. Okay, let's keep spamming. Okay, so, but yeah, if they have 50% melee resistance, let's say dwarf and ogre. Let's summon both. So... the ogre has a 10% melee resistance, and the dwarf has the dwarf. Can I hover over the dwarf, please? Guys, let me hover. Oh, there's a beast rider. Okay, that beast rider did not get to attack. See, I don't like it. They have totems, they kill our totems with theirs. So I'm gonna start summoning hobbits so it is harder for them to do anything. Okay, dwarf, can I hover over you, please? Dwarf? There we go. Yeah, 50% melee resistance, and also these are 50 instead of 30. So yeah, dwarves are better at defense. Okay. This music we currently see here, it plays when we have a large army. When they get dragons and they have an overwhelming army, there's a different music that plays. And like if both of us have a similarly large army, then it either stays in one of those or it just goes into the regular boring music. I don't know. I shouldn't call it boring, it's good, but hearing it for so long in this game definitely makes it tiring. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is level 15. We decided to beat it just using totems and hobbits. And our orcs aren't leveled up to the max, as you can see. Okay, effectively over 100... Well, the thing is, with Epic War 3, the gameplay is good, but the level design, like all of those levels kind of feel the same. There's effectively three factions, and there's a difficulty progression, but we can't say there's 100 units. There's not 100, because like many of them are the same. Okay, please don't hit our totems. Thank you. Yeah, that demon, is the demon even gonna survive till the castle dies? Probably not. Yeah, no, we're just gonna kill the castle or the demon, either one works. Yeah, that works, nice, we killed them. We didn't kill them yet, but we are about to kill them. Guys, okay, there we go, finally, there we go. Alright. So basically, I think as far as pure, sheer gameplay goes, Epic War 3 just has it a tiny bit better. But Epic War 4 has it better with level design, with units, with like variety. I think that, yeah, that was scary. It went to 144 HP and then just wouldn't die for some reason. So I thought, are you guys really gonna stop? Is the castle really gonna stop taking damage now? Are we gonna have to actually fight them? But nope, we won. And we can spend this XP, not that it really matters. Sure. Right, see, I think as far as shield spell and time stop goes, The shield spell is just a slightly better version of the time stop because it takes slightly less mana, and it effectively does the same thing. Like, the enemies are still moving, but what's the use in the enemies moving if they can't do anything to us? And the thing is, this shield, the invulnerability spell in Epic War 3 was fine, but in Epic War 4 it was not. We'll get there, like, when we actually play those games, but yeah, in 4 they didn't really think that one through. What if the game had a system that made it so a champion version, but of different appearance, had a chance to be spawned? Well, then the game would be kind of reliant on chance. Like, you can spawn 10 units and have 3 of them be champions, or you can have 0 of them be champions. And I think that, as far as gameplay goes, it will kind of hurt it. But it would be cool if the enemies had, like, big champion versions, like in Epic War 5. In Epic War 5, they just, like, eventually the goblins become, like, as large as regular, like, larger than regular oxen are. Right, 2 themes. Second one can be triggered from Revenge Wave. So as far as the music goes, I think the thing is, there are 4 themes. The one that's regular, that's first plays when we start a level. The one where we have a giant army. The one when they have the giant army. And the boss music. So do you remember how when we just played, when we got enough totems, our theme started? They didn't have a large army, they didn't have dragons, they didn't have a whole bunch of beast riders. No, it's just that we had a lot of units, so our theme started. But when they suddenly get a lot of units and we don't have enough to counteract, then their enemy theme plays. At least that's what I've observed. I may be wrong, but as far as observation goes, okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the messages. Okay, Froggy time. Yeah, it's time for time for level 16, which is fun. Boss music can be triggered by having a lot of revenge. Actually, I've had that happen too, and I was kind of it was kind of weird that it happened because I thought the boss music had to just be reserved for the bosses, right? It only makes sense, and it makes it more impactful when the bosses show up. But apparently, they just have that music play when there's a really large army they have. Right, yeah. But it works that way, whatever. And as far as the Yeti goes, when we get there, the Yeti is actually interesting. Okay, elves. Okay, the thing is, are we really ready to take on level 16 without the titans? Alright, I think we should spend some time leveling up humans and elves. So, guys, let's at this point, we're going with elves, right? We don't want to make level 18 a drag, so let's go with elves. Any objections to that? We can level them up and showcase... well, I don't know. We'll start by just going to level 6. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to win level 6 about 8 times, or we can go into another level after that, like, to make it kind of quicker, but at the same time, I think this is the quickest way of getting XP. Yeah, totem stack is kind of, yeah, it is easier, but I kind of want to have a climactic battle, you know, where we use all that we have and the enemies use all that they have. Humans have the best titan, elves have the best range. Oh yes, elves certainly have the best range. We've talked about that. The elves are phantom archers. The humans and orcs equivalent of that doesn't even come close because they can't. The phantom archers can actually freeze, and neither trolls nor crossbowmen can do anything. Like, crossbowmen can like knock back once in a while, but the chances of it are really low. So yeah, elves have the best range, and orcs. I mean, humans. I don't know which one the best titan is. I think they're supposed to kind of be the same, like with all having the same stats, the same HP and attack, but their attack styles are kind of different. And I think, yeah, I'd give it to either the human titan or the elf titan. The Cerberus, the orc titan, is kind of weird with its, like, it's breathing fire, but like the fire is so small and tiny, we can't tell how much it actually hurts people. I don't know. The human titan is by far the best titan. When it attacks, it has the least delay and can interrupt other big units. Oh yeah, the elf titan does use too long for that. But at the same time, the elf titan, also I think when the elf titan attacks, it... No, why did we do it with... Hold on a second. We're leveling up elves. Why did I just start it with orcs? I'm an idiot, sorry. Okay, but yeah, the elf titan, like when it attacks, I think the area of its damage is bigger, but it does take longer to attack. And then the Cerberus is just weird. Yep, really good, but useless on level 18. Alright. Let's kill these. And let's start summoning hobbits. Whatever. We're not gonna lose the level because of it. Absolutely. I don't know. Level 18's gimmick, if it has a gimmick, like apparently, so when someone comes, I think level 18's gimmick is like when someone comes close enough to the boss attacks. So the Archangel kind of like has a slightly lower range or something, and so the Archangel comes closer. But it would make no sense from the story point of view. Like, if you were a giant monster and people were attacking you from afar, and you had an attack from which you could hurt them and the castle and make the enemies lose quickly, would you just stand there and do nothing? And also they made that level 2 so complicated that like I had to go look up a tutorial for how to beat it, and I think many people did too. Like, it's fine to have people like figure out how to beat something, but in that level they just took it overboard. I tried twice before looking it up. First, I tried with just the regular setup with archangels and all, and I tried it, and and it was going fine. We were killing the Titan, but then I noticed, oh no, my castle was about to die, and I'm like, okay, so his attack actually damages the castle. So I'm like, okay, then I'm not gonna have him attack. So I just took ranged units, and it was going fine until I looked at his health, and it was increasing. Like, it's kind of funny how that went. I'll give them that, but at the same time, like, it's too hard to figure that out. Especially if it was quick to start that level and go to that boss phase, then fine. But every time you have to replay, you first have to go through the level, which is like, you've played this a lot before, and now you have to play it again and again and again until you can figure it out. Hobbits have a 75% resistance to arrows. Oh, I never really noticed resistances when I played, you know? Much less remember them, huh? But that's actually cool. That means that we should focus on the melee units when shooting. Yeah, one Hobbit loses 4 HP, last one explodes, yep. Yep. This strategy is broken anyway. Like, all you need for this strategy to work is have hobbits unlocked, success, profit, and it works all the way until level 7. Okay, I guess maybe it's a shortcut for people who already know how to play the game. They can like kind of breeze through levels 1 through 6. I kind of never thought of it that way before. That's actually kind of nice. But I don't know really. If you breeze through, well, okay, yeah, fine. I guess there is justification for that case to be made. Right. Let's do elves and let's not choose the wrong race. Like, I'm fine with leveling up the orcs a bit, but I don't think we're gonna get 70,000 XP for them in any reasonable time. Oh, yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard to know all the tricks that there are to a game, even when the game is not that big. And when we know all the tricks, it kinda takes some of the magic away. Like, if we use a Flash decompiler and actually go and see how the game works, I've done that with Epic War 5, and I was actually able to make some interesting changes to it, like some balance changes. But after that, it kind of made it less, I don't know, immersive. Like, it's almost as if I knew how the world worked, and now the immersion was lost. Let's not choose the wrong race. Yeah, that's a casual thing to say in this game. Remember that, hey, wait, that's racist. Yeah. It's racist that we can't beat I mean, it's racist that level 18 is harder with humans. Remember that I used to be able to farm another level really quickly besides level 6. Around 10k XP. Well, the thing is, what level is it? Because the levels after level 6 all have revenge waves, and how can you beat them quickly? That's the question. If we can do that, we're absolutely gonna try it. But I don't think we can beat a level with revenge waves when they have... I don't think we're gonna be able to use hobbits to beat a level with revenge waves. Okay, on the other hand, I do know that the Beast Riders have a shorter melee range than Paladins Protectors. They were more prone to bombers. That actually... So I like how... Nope, wrong race. You can avert your ears to my very racist statement. We're gonna do elves. Right, but yeah, I like how instead of just being the same unit, absolutely the same unit, but looks differently for the races, they actually have their own gimmicks, and we can discover them and use them. That's really nice. Yeah, defeat the tower before the revenge wave. Okay. I can see that. It's just that how can we do that? Are hobbits going to be enough damage to do it? Or do we need to use some other units or something? Alright, hobbit time. Okay, I need to actually aim. I guess I don't need to. This is not a very critical level. We can easily do it. Hey, how much health do you have, Mr. Orc? I shot so many arrows at you and you got hit by some hobbits and you're still going. Alright. Maybe we should like wait, get up more mana and then spam more hobbits? Is that what the idea is? Or should we spam like archers? You finished watching your native language YouTuber. Nice. My native language is Russian, so you can definitely hear an accent. And we're just about to start, like, after we level up the elves enough, we're gonna start levels 16 and 17, aka the most interesting levels in the game, so you're right on time. Oh yeah, absolutely. The races in this game kind of like are kind of taken from Lord of the Rings, with I guess the orcs don't look like the orcs in the Lord of the Rings movies, but I don't know if they look like the book ones. I don't remember much details from the books. I haven't really finished them. But yeah, they don't resemble real life. I guess mankind is our race. Like, there can be people of all races inside the mankind race. And maybe elves also have, like, different races and orcs as well. I can imagine orc racism isn't really a thing because orcs experience racism from other races because of, like, the lore of this game. But that doesn't have to be true. Like, orcs can be racist, both to other orcs and to, like, other races, like humans or elves. I have no idea why we're talking about racism, but It's a fun little tangent. Oh yeah, can't be racist against mankind because, yeah, we are mankind. So if we say that the mankind race is the weakest race, that's not really racist because we're just saying that we are the weakest ones. So yeah, if we're saying like how orcs have the I don't know, like elves have the weakest melee units or something like that, that would be really racist, and elves would come with their weak-ass melee units to try to kill us. Oh yeah, yeah, I stream in English because I don't know if there would be any Russian people who'd want to watch. Epic War is a very niche field. I think it's really fun to go back and experience this thing, and I'm a fan of this genre of games. I don't think there's any really popular games of this genre other than like old ones like Age of War, but yeah, I just stream in English because I figure that most of us are gonna be able to understand that. Also, I live in the United States, so I speak as much English as I do Russian. I'm gonna yeah, I've thought about making a game like this, but only making it like more like bigger than the Epic War games were back in the day. The only problem is I'm not good at art, not at all, so it would look really funny and weird, or I'd have to team up with artists, which is an option. I just don't know which artists would be up for this sort of game. Let's see. I'm gonna read up on the comments. I missed something. Okay. One more interesting thing, the flags representing the races also have an illustration of their titans. I don't know if I don't remember if I know that. I might have like known but forgotten, or I might have just not known, but after this game we're gonna check it out. Because I've never really paid attention, it just kind of said orcs, humans, elves, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna click these buttons and play as these races, nothing else to check out here. Mankind white, elves Asian, black orc. I wanna say that makes the most sense, but drawing comparison to real life races is kinda weird anyway. It's just that the word race applies to both real life races and fantasy races. Okay, except maybe the elves. Well, we'll see about the elves. Your native language is Lithuanian. Nice. I absolutely cannot speak or even recognize that. I speak Russian and English, that's pretty much all. I've learned a bit of Spanish, but I cannot like up and speak it. I just know I don't remember anything really. Very few things. I'm gonna be racist real quick. Orcs have big shoulders. How dare you? How dare you? Now orcs are gonna come at you with their weak-ass ranged units. And I think their ranged units aren't very good, like their archers aren't very good because their shoulders prevent them from shooting well. Okay. 2 more times. We need to win this. We need to beat the level 2 more times. Now I'm gonna catch up with the messages real quick. As far as English goes, I'm not a native English speaker either, but speaking English like it's a second nature to me. Yeah, I would say so myself too. It's easy for me to speak it, but I do say things that English speakers, native English speakers don't really say. Like awkward phrasing stuff. I don't actually know Lithuania. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at geography. It has never been a strong aspect of mine. I'm not good at geography or history. I'm a math and computer science kind of person, so I'm somewhat decent at art. Nice. That's good. I live in Estonia. I like that we have people from all around the world here. Definitely shows that this is a uniting thing. Elves. There we go. Yeah, I think since we spend a lot of time online and people usually speak English online, we get good at English. Like, even if I didn't live in the United States, I'd probably still be able to speak it, or something, I don't know. I was more involved in Russian communities back then when I lived in Russia, but by now I'm not really much in any Russian communities anymore. I speak Russian with my family, but that's like it. I'm the only non-Baltic here. Nice. Okay, I haven't... Okay. It's a bit hard to play and read, but this is an easy level, so that makes it pretty easy. Okay. Don't live too far away from the Baltics either, but it ain't a Baltic country. Right. I have Russian basics, but I think I would manage to talk on the street. I also watch YouTube. Alina Rin, maybe you know her. No, I don't know her. What kind of a YouTuber is she? The only Russian YouTubers I really watch are like gaming YouTubers. Sometimes, like, I don't always watch them, but... You live in Greece. Nice. What a multicultural stream chat. Makes me feel really nice that we're all gathered here. Alright, I think we only have to beat this level one last time before we get to proceed. Yep. One last time. This is gonna be the most epic completion of chapter 6 ever, or is it gonna be the same as it always was? One of the two. Yep, we all have European roots. I've also noticed that, yeah, it's most people in the Epic War Saga server are from Europe or somewhere around there. Their time zones are quite different from mine, so that's why this is like the best time to stream, and not evening like in the US time zones. Make it the most epic. Okay, I'm gonna make this really epic. I'm gonna make this playthrough really epic. So here's how I made it really epic. We have a dwarf coming. This dwarf is the most epic dwarf in history. This is Popo, the epic dwarf. He just hasn't realized his Popo-ness yet. He hasn't gotten his giant cannon. Also, I sent a Bomberman, but it didn't send because I didn't have enough mana for one. I think if we try to send a Bomberman, we're not gonna actually win this level. So this is the most epic level that we can actually win. the most epic way that we can win this level. Is this dwarf actually gonna make it there? I think the hobbits are gonna win everything, and the Popo, the epic dwarf, is just gonna he's just gonna contribute by walking in an epic manner with his epic axe. Yep, absolutely epic. So different from the other times we played this. The dwarf is actually gonna make it there. I mean, he's getting shot a lot, but he's actually gonna get to hit once. That's actually awesome. And the dwarf survived, so yeah. Popo has a lot of battle scars. He gets them like this. Because walking in an epic manner doesn't always work. Sometimes you actually have to fight. Alright! We now have the last upgrade of the Elven Castle. Which means we get to go on to level 16. Hell's Gates, Battle by the Skull Bridge. I like the little subplots that the story in level 16 and 17 has, like with the end and stuff like that, and it just kind of sets up that the Wahaj boss isn't as epic as the end will be, and it's absolutely true. But this, I really like how this looks. By the way, I skipped the story because I think all of us know it, but like if you haven't read the story, I do recommend that you read it at least because... Oh, by the way, I need to... So, the immediate different thing at level 16. They send hobbits and goblins, and they send special units at us left and right, which means that we need to fight them off. We can't just fight them off with arrows alone. And dwarves are really good for fighting them off. Like, this is the level in which I use dwarves a lot. Oh yeah, literally Lord of Hell sends a giant frog at the good guys. I mean, worth a shot, isn't it? And then, I mean, we can send our Demon of Destruction for later. Let's have the frog battle them first. Yep, good guys literally just walk in an epic way, and Lord of Hell just can't handle that epicness. Yeah, when the Lord of Hell appears, and spoiler alert, he is going to appear, we're just gonna send a dwarf at him, and the dwarf is gonna walk in a really epic way, and I think we're gonna have that level unlock. Imagine being the orcs and explaining the losses to their war chief. How did you lose so many times? One short axe guy walked in a really epic manner. And there was some ants. Stop being racist towards hobbits, they did not deserve that. Hobbits are the best race in this game. Yeah, when I thought that the elves were, I was wrong. It's actually the hobbits. They're the most valuable players of the game. Right, I'm trying to remember whether I was gonna say anything or not. But I just absent-mindedly started sending hobbits. I think I got used to sending hobbits while beating level 6 all the time. So I just kinda did that now without realizing. But yeah, as you can see, they send humans, elves, and orcs at us on this level. So it's nice having to fight all of them at once. I actually do like it. The most valuable ones are dwarves. They're the reason epic gear exists in the EWS. Yeah, dwarves are amazing, yes, but I mean, okay, yes, I think I can't argue with that. Dwarves are the best. But hobbits are a close second. I don't want that bomber to explode on my units. Right. Let's kill their archers. Let's actually upgrade and get our elemental arrow, because elemental arrows help a lot against groups. And now with elves, we get the one elemental arrow that's better than the other elemental arrows, aka the one that freezes. It's so fun to make fun of this all while still really enjoying it. I mean, it's a really enjoyable game, and it's the funny slash weird aspects of it are just as fun as the actual gameplay. See, they're also trying to send a lot of bombers at us, but if we have our arrows going, that shouldn't be a problem. We should just immediately destroy them. So, like, yeah, the enemy perfectly demonstrates how sending bombers just because, for no occasion, does not work. You have to send them when they can actually do a lot of damage. But since they are the enemy, they are the computer player, they can do whatever they want. They have unlimited resources, so they don't care, they can send whatever. As long as it's not too unfair for the player, because the developers told them to. Right. What are you fighting against? The Hypnotoad. Yeah, this is the level on which the Hypnotoad is going to appear. I really like how one of the bosses in this game is just a giant toad. Like, the developers just went, no regrets. I am not racist against arrows. Arrows are the third best race in this game. I don't care that they want to be the second. Hobbits are better. No competition. But arrows are still really good. Our siege weapons in this game didn't have a bug range. The allied catapult, trebuchet, and cannons all stop on fire from further away than they can hit. Oh yes, I think I know what you're talking about. It was a bit frustrating. We just send a catapult, cannon, and trebuchet, or trebuchet, and you just want them to hit a certain particular enemy that isn't moving, but they stop and don't really hit the enemy they stopped before hitting them. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I also wish that the siege weapons had more use in the game. Like, they have a lot of health, yes, but I don't think they're special enough to really pay a lot of attention to. That's the thing. What if they did extra damage to the castle? Or extra damage to large units? Or what if they had a really long range or something? Wouldn't that be cool? Also, Catapult and Trebuchet are like the same thing, just with different stats. Kinda wish that like the Trebuchet had a larger range. Don't send dwarves without reason, they have better things to spend their infinitely valuable time on. I don't think you understand me. I'm sending dwarves so that they walk, and it's so epic that the enemy is too scared to send anything really strong against us. So the enemy only sends weak things, and that way we actually save the lives of our people, because we don't have to send as many of them. Don't you see the genius of that plan? Right, we're upgrading the normal things that we already know how to upgrade. I think this is the first time we're playing elves in the stream. Should have just been explosive. Do you mean that the catapults, trebuchets, and cannons should have been explosive, or just the cannons? I'm actually not sure whether the cannons do area of effect damage. They should, because their projectile explodes. They send the strong guys because they want the most time to run before they get stepped on. But the thing is, when we capture them, we're not gonna kill... Okay, a dragon appeared. Actually, the dragon appeared because I forgot to send dwarves. I'm so stupid. If I sent some dwarves, the enemy wouldn't waste their time trying to do something that would stop our dwarves. But we didn't have any dwarves on screen, and they decided, okay, they're weak, let's send a dragon. That was my fault entirely. Okay, and I activated the arrow just a little too early, and the dragon didn't actually get in the range of it, which is frustrating. I'm better than this, come on. I shouldn't make these rookie mistakes. Right, none of them do AoE. Like, if that's the case, if none of them do area of effect damage, then I absolutely agree, at least the cannons. Like, it makes so much perfect sense for the cannons to do area of effect damage. Why don't they? Absolutely, yeah. Like, the cannons are borderline useless. Like, for the price of the cannons, you can get other units that not only attack, like, not only have a larger attack, but they also can do area of effect. Like, either you can have dryads which do area of effect, or you can have regular archers which do a lot of attack for the price of one cannon. So yeah, so we were shooting that dragon, and we were using all the power-ups, but I think the real reason the dragon just burst into flames is because it saw our dwarves coming. Which, by the way, let's send some more before they send really big guys at us. Yeah, the dragon does die to arrows much easier. I've noticed that. I think the other people just have a lot of resistance to arrows. The dragons don't. The red dragons are definitely the weakest, trashiest Titan unit in this game. True dwarf unit in any of the games as the strongest character. I mean, isn't Popo the Epic Dwarf already the strongest character in Epic War 4? No contest. Alright, by the way, so I upgraded the castle to the max. And look at whom we now have, the Forest Guardian. Let's send one, let's summon one. Now, I am wondering, is the Forest Guardian just... also, let's send Dryads and this bug thing, which is the Phantom Archers. But yeah, I am wondering, is this the Forest Guardian from the lore? Like, is this the leader of the elves? That doesn't make sense, because we can summon many of Forest Guardians. Or is this just a giant unit that can fight? So this is the Forest Guardian's attack. Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I definitely think it's cool. This is a cool looking unit with like plant powers. And it has 16,000 HP and 950 damage. Much more than you can see from like any of the special Titan units. Like the Black Dragons have 12,000 HP. So that's kinda close. But I don't think they have they have 250 damage, so that's not nearly as much. Also, like, they can effectively use bombers against our titans. Because if they have bombers and we can't get them with our ranged units, the bombers are gonna do a lot of damage to the titans. So this is one of those times where bombers really are useful. Okay, they have a dragon. Let's see how easily the Forest Guardian takes care of the dragon. The worst is the Flame Devil. It's useless at fighting against other big units. I don't know. The Flame Devil can disrupt ranged units really easily. Like, of course the Angel Knight can too. The Angel Knight does it better. But the Devil is sturdier and harder to kill for us. Do you think I should buy a YouTube channel with 20k subs and for 500 euros? Why would you do that? Are they active subscribers? Like, do they actively watch the channel? Or... And keep in mind that if you buy a channel with like many subscribers, but then you make videos that don't relate at all to what those subscribers want, they're not gonna watch you. That's the thing. Or I don't know what exactly you want to get the channel for. Okay, let me catch up with the stream for a bit. I'm sorry, I need to pause because epic things are about to happen. So I want to catch up with the stream first. Okay. A clone of the Forest Garden. Kinda makes sense. Kinda? Do elves have cloning powers? Is their magic really this advanced? Forest Guardian, but the light and dark magic it received in chapter 14 gave it a massive power boost and possibly also reviving powers. Well, yeah, but reviving and cloning, not quite the same. Oh no, you know what? This game doesn't make perfect sense lore-wise. It's okay. We shouldn't expect perfect things from it. Yeah, also, I'm not sure if 20k subs is worth 500 euros. Okay, wanna hear your 100% accurately balanced/imbalanced description of what the true dwarf stats would be in Epic War 5? Oh, I wanna hear that. I definitely wanna hear that. I'm gonna sip my tea. Ah, so good. Right. I'm just gonna mention that when we resume, things will start happening because their health is almost down to half, and when it reaches the half, things happen. And usually, when I attack, I use Titans, and I also use like. Eventually, I either use these guys or these guys, whatever. I decided to use these guys for now, and I'm keep using them. And I know that I'm not leaving myself enough mana to get another Titan if this Titan dies, but I'm like, whatever. I'll manage. Okay, immune to range damage, highest attack speed and move speed. Wow. So higher than the White Tiger. 500k HP and 10k damage per hit. That would make for a cool boss. I don't think any of the bosses in Epic War 5 have 500k HP. Maybe the Iron Fortress? I don't know though. So throws anything but the hero into the air every hit. Well, it would just kill the hero immediately. Let's make no mistake about that. So yeah, it wouldn't throw the hero. Actually, yeah, I guess if you mean that it throws everything on the map, even the things that doesn't damage, that's ridiculous. Imagine fighting against that dwarf with the Iron Fortress. And then it just throws the Iron Fortress into the air and it goes spinning. That would be funny. The Colossus immune to ranged attack would be terrifying, because the way to kill the Colossus is by ranged attacks. Okay, I'm gonna resume at this point. Let's see, so the Forest Guardian is being hit, but we're also hitting the castle a lot. Okay, let's see what Titans they send at us. There's some dragons, there's two red dragons. 2 red dragons are nothing to us. We will kill them, no problem. Hey, Forest Guardian, how about you actually do something and don't just stand there and wait? Alright. Yeah, our Forest Guardian is about to die, so perhaps I should have saved up mana. Okay, there's more dragons and there's some demons, darn it. Let's hope that our Forest Guardian can make it to damage the demons, because This is actually really gonna be really bad for us. I just realized that. I just realized it's gonna be really bad. Okay, it damaged the demons once and then it died. Yeah, we're screwed. It has an interesting death animation too. Oh, some black dragons. Okay, at least they did not send their strongest titan. They did not send the Angel Knight. If they sent the Angel Knight, I would have been devastated. Okay, let's try to kill these demons. Please, demons, die before you attack. Please. I beg you, die before you attack. They're not gonna die before they attack. So this entire wave, this entire force just went to waste. Oh, it did hit 15k. That's why they got all of these units. Yeah, it triggered both of the revenge waves. And at least we know that none of the revenge waves are gonna have angel knights. But there may be like an angel knight that came regardless of any revenge waves. Like just okay, the enemy's like nothing's happening, but let's send an angel knight. That would be pretty hard to deal with. The plan for the Forest Guardian is like eating some medication or something. It just takes 2 bites and says, yeah, I'll just die now. Yup. That's a really fun analogy. You know, as far as I'm thinking, it's just like, it's an energy force that looks like a plant. It kind of makes sense that's why the Forest Guardian can make it appear and disappear. But your theory is more fun. What are my PC specs? Well, I have 8 gigs of RAM and I have an SSD and like an i7 CPU. I don't know, the thing is, perhaps it lags just because it's like flash games aren't the most optimized, so it's gonna lag regardless of whether or not of what our specs are. Also, the demon just almost did damage to our castle. Why is the demon not dead yet? Can the demon die? Please. Demon, please die. Because now, it actually did damage to our castle. Ah, see, that's what I'm saying. Demons aren't the best titans, but they can mess us up. Also, I just realized that this dragon is now a much greater deal than the demon. We should aim at the dragon, or at both. Yeah, bombers are useless now. I tried to spawn a Titan unit earlier, but it just didn't work for some reason. I think it didn't work because it spawned a Hobbit, and so it thought that I didn't have... Oh, no, I just saw something terrifying. Please get rid of that Angel Knight before it does anything. The good thing about Angel Knights is that they have the smallest amount of health from all Titans, so it's easy to kill it with arrows. But if it... I don't like to think about the Angel Knights attacking, because that's too terrifying of a thought. And now we got all these cannons and catapults. They killed our Titan already! What the... We're actually at the risk of losing now. I'm spamming everything I can. Yeah, that's terrifying, man. See, they just spawned an Angel Knight. And I know that the Angel Knight isn't the reason that we're getting damaged, but still, just spawning an Angel Knight is pretty terrifying. Can we kill all of their cannons, please? See, the cannons, I guess the one thing that the cannons have going for them is that they're really strong. It's hard to kill them. Okay, now let's use their level up again for this dragon and the paladins. Also, interesting fact about the black dragons, it deals non-elemental damage, ignoring type defenses. Interesting. I guess it would, like, the black dragon is the perfect candidate for that. Like, because it's the one that we can't access, it's like the special unit, the extra special unit. So yeah, it seems it's a really dangerous titan at close range. But the demon and the angel just are more dangerous for like backlines. Okay, we can spawn another titan now. And see, the music is back to our victory music, like the music of us kicking some serious butt right here. Now let's see, they don't have any like really dangerous units. Oh, yeah, I think we should just keep using ranged units then. Alright. Yeah, the demon's attack has long reach, which is why I was aiming at the demon, for a long time, but then the dragon got really close, and I'm like, okay, at this point both the dragon and the demon can hit our base, and the dragon deals more damage, so we should, or at least the dragon is more dangerous, so we should probably hit the dragon instead of the demon. I don't swear, I try not to swear, like, some mild ones, sure, yeah, but you can swear, it's fine, just as long as it's not excessive, and not just for the sake of swearing. Like, it's fine, but I personally try to avoid it. Right. Okay. So yeah, that was scary, but they never actually dealt a really high amount of damage to us, so it's fine. We should probably keep spamming hobbits, because every hobbit who can soak up the damage and make them not kill our forest guardians as quickly is a hobbit that's useful. Right. Oh no, you just said the worst swear word ever, and oh no. Oh no, I think we have to close. I'm gonna have to close my channel now because this is just too horrible. Ah, their bomber got through and damaged our forest guardian. Darn it. Okay, wow, I should not have allowed the mana to just max out like that. Okay. Let's see. Highest DPS from these range waves comes from the siege weapons. Yeah, because it's easy for them to just get 100 of them. For us, no, because they take long to respawn. Like, no, not respawn, but recharge. If we get a cannon, it's gonna be a while before we can get another cannon. But for them, they don't have these restrictions. Oh no, I just realized, Robert, you are right. We didn't send dwarves. That's the problem. Okay, dwarf. There we go. Now we have a dwarf. That's so much epicness that they're not gonna be able to handle that. Right. Yeah, if you don't include the frog on steroids, I forgot the context about what we're not including the frog on steroids in. But I mean, obviously that's gonna be the most dangerous boss. But also, what they also have is that they will have the frog, and then they will have ranged units behind the frog attacking us. So yeah, that's also gonna be pretty dangerous. Okay, now we actually have a good thing going for us, because we have a forest guardian who has a lot of health, and when the frog comes, the forest guardian is gonna be able to hold off the frog for a bit. And then we got another forest guardian. So this is good. Yes. I know that this is a boss fight and we need to be scared, but this music is just too good, so I was looking forward to the boss fight. Also, the frog throws up white... I don't know, is it milk? It throws up with some white stuff, and that's its way of attacking, so that's very climactic, huh? Oh yeah, they don't send, like, I don't think they send really strong titans, but they do send some less strong units occasionally at us. They don't stop sending once the boss comes. So we're sending hobbits to try to stop the to stop Overlord Guahaj from advancing when there are no titans. Also, we have some ranged units. I wonder if I should... You know, since it has a lot of elemental resistance, I wonder if I should not bother with these two and just send regular elf hunters instead. I'm gonna do that, because I'm pretty sure that I can send hobbits and elf hunters and still increase my mana. Yep, I'm doing that. Yeah, Guahaj also deals non-elemental damage. How about the end? Does the end deal non-elemental damage? Also, how do you guys know? Is there a stat that we can look at and see what kind of damage everyone deals? Or is it just by experimentation? Elf hunters do die instantly, but it will take a while for the frog to get to them, so... literally a frog, yeah. I think the Lord of Hell was bored. That's what I think happened. And it's like, why don't I take a frog and turn it into one of my most powerful servants? That's gonna... will take the enemies by surprise, because they will think a frog is harmless, and then our frog will just kill everyone. Yeah, go. The Lord of Hell's like, go die to the good guys, to the frog. Yeah, that actually is. It's what happened in the story. The Lord of Hell didn't expect the Toad Overlord to beat us. He just expected the Toad Overlord to buy time for his real servant to appear. Okay, so the elemental resistance is only the resistance to being frozen, burned, and stunned. I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as being burned. So I don't know how much sense that makes, but yeah, it makes sense that like 90% resistance. But that's the thing though. Does this mean that the Guahaj can be frozen? I don't think so. I've never seen him be frozen. I think that wouldn't make sense. But yet this isn't 100%, it's 90%. If Guahaj deals non-elemental damage and the end doesn't, that would make sense why, despite the end having much higher stats, Guahaj still makes it almost as far as the end does when I play. Right. Okay, they have the damage stat by the red sword. Yeah, that's the damage stat, but how do we know? Wait, hold on a second. So if we select one of our other units, like a hobbit or something, or okay. But it doesn't say that it's an elemental attack or a non-element. Oh wait, hold on a second. So this is Phantom March. No, I'm really confused. I don't see a stat that says which type of attack the person has, because all of them just have a sword next to them. Like, let's get back to seeing the health of Guahaj. Okay, we already did. Actually, we did so much damage to it already. Yeah, it's almost halfway down and it's just only here. Yeah, puke. Yeah, it just keeps puking. Where does it get? Like, wouldn't it have to pick up and eat some warriors to then be able to puke like this? That would be a really... If it actually did that, if it, like... got down and got a large bite of our units, then chewed on it, and then puked, that would be amazing. But, yeah, I don't think they decided to go this far. Whose bones are those in the back? You mean these ones? These are the bones of the frogs that died in the Lord of Hell's failed experiments before he was finally able to actually make a frog overlord. Well, do you think Guahaj was the first frog that the Lord of Hell considered? Yeah. That's not quite the case, and you know, he's not the best at experimenting. So, rip frog number 1, frog number 2, frog number 3, and that may be it, or there may be more frogs who didn't make it. It condenses air to a liquid after breathing it in. That I'm trying to think of whether that makes sense, but not. This game doesn't make sense. By the way, the music changed. I think the game realized, well, okay, perhaps the frog still has a lot of health, but we're killing it so fast that it's not even a boss anymore. Yeah, look how easily we're doing this, and I think it's because of the archers. Overall, Guahaj does not have resistance to regular arrows, and the archers, when we have a lot of archers, they do a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of health, they don't do any elemental status effect, but they do a lot of damage. So as long as we can keep them alive, they slay. It's a cold area and the frog's insides are cold. Well, yeah, actually, I guess amphibians are cold-blooded. But are giant demon amphibians who can fly cold-blooded? Okay, the music is now in our favor. This, the frog now only has like as much health as a regular titan when we have one, and it's not as resistant, and we have a lot of people shooting. So yeah, fun thing, we killed Overlord Guahaj before it even came in the radius of our arrows. We did not need our arrows at all for this boss battle. only for the first part of the game. And we have a Forest Guardian. Hey, listen, Forest Guardian, you're gonna make it out alive. Didn't expect that, did you? I guess it's just a clone, so clones are expendable. We can kill them and no one will care. Can I tell the Epic War 2 story in short? Yeah, I can understand. The Epic War 2 story is kind of repetitive, as in it says the same things multiple times. Okay, so we've just won the battle against Demon Toad Overlord Guahaj, and I do really like this nice touch where they actually show us some artwork after we complete a boss battle. Obviously, this was much more anticlimactic than than it would be for a new player, because the frog didn't even reach our arrows. But yeah, this is our main character that we the story follows most of the time. I like how they look down on the small frog. It's a nice touch. I think the frog didn't die; it just went back to its normal form. And they decided to just spare it because it wasn't its own fault. And the Lord of Hell decided to perform some wicked experiments. Yeah, it somehow shrank. I like it. I like the artwork, definitely. So the story is, there was like a war, and well, while different races were fighting amongst themselves, mysterious shadows appeared, and they started consuming people. Consuming. Sorry, I didn't say that wrong. Consuming. And they start consuming people and turning them over to the dark side, quote unquote. And then, when people realized that, of all races, they formed a defense, a resistance, and they tried to go and kill those shadows, but they didn't succeed, and they were scattered. And now, we as a human, we decided to try again, and like our main character was found by the king to try to create a force and finally defeat the shadows. But then, as we fight humans who are like against the king, we get told by those humans that the king perhaps is consumed by shadows. And when we later like get forced into helping those humans, we realize that the king actually is consumed by the shadows. And the king actually does overpower us in the end and send us away, and then tries to come and kill us again. But we reach these other bases, and we split up. Some of us go talk to the elves, and some of us go talk to the orcs. We try to convince them to join us, at least with the elves it's that way. But the elves hate us because our king betrayed them, and they think that all humans are like that. So elves are racist. And it takes a while for us to convince them. We fight elves, and we fight humans, and the elves are against us again. But then other humans come, the ones that initially fought in the first battle, and they tell us, well, the elves, they might be consumed by the shadows a bit, but we can heal them if we're fast enough. Then we go and we attack, and we break it through, and we actually heal the elves and their leader, the Forest Guardian. And then the elves join us, and then we kill the rest of the shadow elves. And here, the other guy, like the main character, appoints another guy to go here with the to this base, and they're fighting orcs. But then another group of orcs comes, and they basically decide to offer peace. But that guy, the commander here, he's like, "Oh, screw you guys, you're horrible." Basically, he like had some really personal experiences with orcs that made him really not like them very much. So the orcs try to convince the humans that they're not evil, but that commander wants to hear none of it. Like the other human leader who's been here in the base is also talking about like, dude, they're not all bad. And the guy who came here is like, no, orcs are horrible, let's kill them. And the orcs are just pretty impatient. And eventually, like, they just say that, like, if you want to join us, you can, or just get out of our way, but if you fight, we're just gonna kill you. And eventually, the humans decide, okay, fine, let's try joining with you. And they're fighting against other orcs. They're not necessarily shadow orcs, but they really just love fighting. And after that, we get access to orcs. And then we come back and fight the king, for like the former king who was under the shadows and tried to kill us. And this time we win. I mean, Yeah. And then we also get access to the Archangel because we find out that whatever wars, like with the darkness, this was actually the doings of heaven and hell, and like the Lord of Hell started sending shadows, and he wants to conquer all, and not just conquer, but destroy all. The King of Heaven was fine with conquering all with the King of Hell, but apparently the King of Hell decided to destroy everything instead, so he started fighting Heaven too, and now we can get access to like archangels, and we have to put a stop to the King of Hell. Now, then we go here to unlock the like magic that will allow the Forest Guardian to become a Titan, and we go here to free Cerberus, who's gonna join us too. That's the Orc Titan, and then we go here to fight against the Toad, and there's like a fun scene where like a demon rushes in and tells the Lord of Hell that, oh, they're getting really strong, and the Lord of Hell's dismissive is like, when have we ever lost? When has Overlord Gwahaj ever lost? And he dismisses the demon, but then next time here, the demon comes again, is like, well, they killed the Toad, Overlord Gwahaj, and the Lord of Hell's like, who said that he was gonna win? Of course we knew that he was gonna lose. But it turns out that the Lord of Hell has actually been preparing something in secret, and he has another trick up his sleeve. So let's get into this. I do like this part of the story. It's epic. It's almost as epic as if there was a dwarf who just walked there. Right, now we can catch up with the messages. Let's start with some dwarves because we know what to do. Okay. Yeah, it progresses from a frog to the end of the world. Yep. The frog is kind of like one of those things is not like the other, isn't it? But I think it's good that the boss on level 16 isn't very epic, because it makes the boss on level 17 and 18 more epic in comparison. Also, we start with 3000 initial mana, which is really good. I'm so thankful we don't have to spend too much time on this. On this first phase, building everything up. Can you guys hear me alright, by the way, and no sound issues? I don't know if that frog is based on an actual frog species, probably just a frog. I don't think the developer decided to really, care much about what type of frog it is. I don't know. Maybe they did, but they didn't say it at least. Now, for time for the Creature of Doom and Destruction. Yeah, absolutely. This boss is gonna be badass. It's gonna be badass. Yeah. I am 17 years old. Also, thanks. Yeah, I tried to summarize the story, like, and say all the important parts without, like, all the repetition that the story has. The story definitely needed some proofreaders, because there are sometimes English mistakes that are just funny if they weren't sad. Okay. I'm not gonna allow a bomber to just explode on me. Yes, and the Demon Informer actually got eaten alive by the creature. Yeah. This boss, so badass, it eats demons. And basically, this is what sets up the boss to be really cool. It's actually something that the story does well. This story was written by a fan of Epic War 1, apparently, who decided to volunteer and help out write a story. So it's kind of understandable that it's not professional quality. But there are definitely parts that it does well, and I think this is one of those. So it set up this boss to be really, really cool. So let's see if the boss actually does turn out to be cool. The catch was starting with that much mana is the first red dragon shows up much faster than it did in level 16. That's okay. I think red dragons are gonna be really easy to beat. We already have a tower level 4. And we can upgrade it to level 5 right now if we want to. But I don't want to. I want to upgrade the mana again. And if a dragon comes now, then we're gonna have enough time to upgrade the tower. Don't worry. Also, I think they realized their strategy. They now have dwarves walking too. And their dwarves are almost as epic as ours. I don't know what we're gonna do. I still live with parents, yeah. Yeah, my social security number is what was that format? I forgot the format of social security numbers, okay. But yeah. I'm actually in college already. I'm actually a college senior because I was homeschooled, so I started earlier. And I want to say that I have experience with going to a regular school, and I definitely do find college a lot better, and I definitely am glad that I was homeschooled, because it's so much more flexible, so much better. I'm like, I don't mind sharing this information. Like it's not really a secret or anything. I'm not haven't done a face reveal or anything, but I can say that like I don't really like schools or the school system, or I know that it doesn't really relate to what we're doing here right now, but tangents can be fun. This country goes to, wait, your country goes from elementary school to college? Wait, so how many years do you spend in elementary school? Okay, there's a totem. Totems have a lot of range. Let's kill it. Okay, now we finally have max level arrows, so everything is fine. Oh, okay, dragon came. Well, dragon. Wait, did the dragon come? Oh yeah, dragon came. Well, dragon, sorry, but you're late. If you wanted to do any significant damage, you should have showed up earlier, because I now have 999 mana and arrows, which are maximum level, and I can just shoot you to death with this ability. 10 years of elementary, primary, secondary, whatever, then 3 years of college. I see. Well, I think that would be called like we have like I don't know. The US has like 6 years of elementary, including kindergarten, then 3 years of middle school and 4 years of high school. So maybe like the primary, secondary, or whatever thing is kind of like that. But we also have 4 years of college, and Russia has 5 years of college in general. Alright, let's upgrade the castle to max. Okay, let's not let them do any significant damage here. I'm 19, finished high school this year, can't find a job, so I'm a bit ashamed. Well, yeah, and I'm 22, just finished my education, still haven't found a job. Well, you guys, I'm sure you guys will find a job eventually, but yeah, I can imagine that it can be hard to find one, especially what fields are you guys looking for jobs in? Like, personally, I'm gonna try to look for jobs in computer science, and I think that's, in general, that has more available opportunities than many other fields. So, but yeah, I definitely have to like have at least a bachelor's degree in college. Renewable energy, nice. Okay, I'm not really commentating on the game right now because it's all very straightforward. We're just defending with as little things as possible. There's occasional dragons come, but it doesn't really matter. We destroy them. Lots of jobs available, but sometimes it feels like demand is even higher. I see. Yeah, if there's lots of jobs, but there's even more people like actually who need those jobs, so like who have a degree in that field, then it can be hard. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, my country has like 2 to 3 years of kindergarten, 1 to 9 years of elementary school, optional extra 3 if you do well. Wait, what do you mean that extra 3? Does that mean that if you do well, you spend more years there? How does that work? An unknown to me amount of college. I see. Okay, gonna start with the forest garden now. And some elf dryads and elf hunters, because I think for this one, actually, should I just go full-on elf hunters? Yeah, I'm just gonna go full-on elf hunters and hobbits. That's what I'm gonna do, because I don't know if this level is gonna have any angel knights or demons, like, or flame devils. I just like to call them demons because, I mean, I think the Lord of Hell is the, like, the real devil. I think when there's many of something, it shouldn't be devils. I think devils should be just one of them. It should be demons. And that makes sense within the game too. Ah, okay, if you do well, you can choose the extra 3 or you cannot. Okay. Gotcha. So like it's it will give you some extra education, but you don't have to do it. That's good. All right. Another dragon. Well, we're gonna do with that dragon what we did with all dragons. Okay, actually, I think me spamming hobbits here makes it harder for me to actually hit the dragon with my arrows. So I may have done something bad. Oh well. The forest guardian will easily kill the dragon. Okay, I can do this now. Maybe I'll be able to hit the dragon. Right. Are we hitting the dragon? We are, nice. Okay, great. I was afraid that we're not gonna be able to reach. Okay, they teach philosophy and stuff. I see. So like, things that aren't considered required, but can still be nice for people? Ah, this level. Oh, so that means there's gonna be angels on this level. Okay, that means I screwed up. I shouldn't send any more ranged units then. For now, I could send some siege weapons. They're not gonna get thrown into the air, and they have lots of health. And I still like. I either buy something or I just waste the mana. So I'm gonna buy these siege weapons for now. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, 500 euros. I haven't lived in Europe, so I don't know how much euros is considered like good enough for independence. Okay. Oh, we can get another Titan. Nice. You're not interesting, Jim. Yeah, the High Council of the of YouTube decided that you specifically are not interesting for no real reason. But you would be interesting if you had 500 euros. That's how many like companies and services say, like, if you have money to pay us, then you're interesting. Otherwise, you're not. Right. Let's do this, I guess. Why not? I should have probably waited until the revenge wave, but whatever. Right. I see. So, depends on the region. I think it also, in the US, it very much varies by state. Like, in states like New York or Boston or California especially, you need a lot of money to be able to live. Ooh, so now we're considered equal with them because the music plays. Okay, and we have 2 forest guardians. Wow, what do they have? What scary things do they have that we're considered equal? Or, oh, if we kill the dragons, maybe we're gonna be better again. Right. So this level is like the last one, except it's ramped up. It is absolutely ramped up. And you'll see, but you can already see a bit of why it's ramped up. Like, you can see that they have many units and they have angel knights in their revenge waves. Okay, but this is just in time for our forest guardian to appear. I should have probably stopped sending hobbits, but whatever. So our forest guardian can now maybe prevent them from attacking, maybe? Please tell me you can prevent the angel from... No. That was wishful thinking. The angel was going to attack no matter what. And see, the problem with the angel knight, it spanned the entire field. And it might also hit our castle, that's the thing. He might hit our castle from all the way over there. And that's annoying. Or, wait. They already killed it? They already killed? Wow, that's unreasonable. Okay, we have to start actually summoning things now. We need to kill the Angel Knight and hopefully the demons. And if we do that, we're gonna be fine mostly. Okay, I think one of their dragons just died, but that's not what we're here to kill. We're here to kill the Angel Knight, but the Angel Knight won't die. Oh wow, we can freeze their dragons. Nice. I think I might lose here, actually. The angel still somehow hasn't... Okay, the angel's dead. Nice. Perfect. Now let's kill the demons. One of them is almost dead. Yeah, so they almost hurt us. The demons may end up actually hurting us here. Okay, another Titan. Yeah, the demons hurt our base a bit, but they're not gonna actually kill us or anything. Ah, that is really intense. It still is kind of intense. I would have wished that they didn't do as much damage to the Forest Guardian, but I think the Forest Guardian is actually gonna die dealing with all this garbage. There's just way too much for it to not die. I need to take care of those totems over there because, darn, that's a lot of totems. Another Angel Knight. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm gonna save my super arrow ability for the Angel Knight. Okay. Forest Guardian doing fine yet, like thus far. Here in Estonia you have manual car washes and rentable cars. Well, is that... I'm trying to figure out what that means, like... I think we have that here in the United States as well. Maybe cannons. Yeah, the angel is the most dangerous one, yep, exactly. And the black dragon is the one that's hardest to... it's the one with the most health. But the demon can still mess us up, even though it's not the best in any regard. But actually, the demon has the most resistance to arrows, but that's not enough to make it, like, best or something. But yeah, the red dragon is just the weakest of them. Yeah, Angel Knight. Like, the Angel in Epic War 1 was cool, and it was cool when we had one. But here, it kills the entire field. Well, doesn't kill, but, like, it's very powerful. Thankfully, it doesn't make the game unbalanced. We could get rid of the Angel with arrows pretty easily, or with other units, but darn. Have you ever wondered why the bad guys only have 2 actual bosses and then the big bad red man? Well, I guess the big bad red man is the 3rd boss. Like, I think the Lord of Hell just didn't think that he needed to have more layers of security. He thought, well, if they can get past the Toad, then the End is gonna kill them. And if they're so strong that they kill the End, well, at least they're not gonna get past me. But what he didn't realize is that if they're strong enough to get past the Toad and the End, then perhaps you need to throw more stuff into killing them, and not just be like, okay, well, the End died, but I'm still here, right? It's gonna be fine, right? If the game didn't make level 18 unreasonably hard to figure out, then that would be bad logic. But it kinda makes sense. The bad guys have 3 bosses, and we have 3 titans for each race. But they also have the black dragons, and we don't have an equivalent of the black dragons. So... Now, when we get really close to killing the castle, I'm gonna start summoning archers too. As long as I, make sure that there's no demons or angels here. Oh, my theory is that the dwarves... No, your theory is that the dwarves walked after the other bosses and they never appeared. Huh. Oh! That makes sense. It also... I think the reason why the trick with epic dwarves doesn't work on this level is that we got rid of all of our epic dwarves, we told them to go after the other bosses. So we only have regular lame dwarves available. Okay, this is one of those times where I shouldn't have summoned hobbits, because now the dragon's gonna get some attacks off on the Forest Guardian, and I do regret that. Because it's attacking us a lot. Like, our Forest Guardian is dying really fast. Oh no! Come on! Come on! It was enough for you to send a Black Dragon, but this? Come on. Like, okay, maybe the Angel will die. Maybe the Angel... No, the Angel's gonna get a hit off. I mentioned that the 3 final enemy castles look badass. Oh yeah, they absolutely do. I agree. I think that they look great, and I am really glad that the developers actually bothered to update the aesthetics of these levels and make it like actually interesting. I think here it is. Here it is. Yeah, the backgrounds look awesome, but we do have something other than the backgrounds that might be a little more concerning. Namely, the end. Which is very epic with how they built it up, and also because of how it was an Epic War 1 boss. And here it's not a flying castle weird sort of thing, it's like a full-fledged demon that's going to destroy you. The one problem I have is these pixels, like these white pixels, they lessen the production quality. Like, what are these white pixels that will make sense, like, for the game's lore? Are they like snow or something? This is not a snowy territory. So yeah, I'm spamming hobbits and archers at this point. So let's see how fast it takes. Let's see how far the end gets before dying. We're using all we can get. And some more archers went flying in the air. So that's perhaps why archers are not the best idea for this. But the thing is that they're the only thing that I can reasonably spam and still increase my mana. Which is why I am gonna keep doing that, because I think even if it kills archers, the archers that can shoot, like, the amount of damage that the archers can deal before they die is gonna be better than if I try to invest into like phantom archers or druids, dryads. I don't know why druids and dryads are two different words, but like, just because there's gonna be so many more archers. Why the end is like Godzilla with the stuff on his back? Well, I absolutely think it looks cool. I mean, the ArtLogic games have been known to borrow designs for their units, like the Great Diablos guy. I really hope that the Inferno, like the Lord of Fire, is an original design, because it's so cool. I'd be disappointed if it was like from a different game originally. Nothing is bigger than the end. Absolutely nothing. The end is the biggest of all. Okay, well, at least the game wants you to think so. If there was Godzilla in this game, I don't know what would do. Okay, another Forest Guardian. How about this one? How is this Forest Guardian standing up? Can I see his health? Or her, I guess. No, I can't. Okay, just gonna have to keep looking at the end then. So yeah, you can see that the end has a lot more health than Guahaj had, and also a lot more damage. So it's probably gonna get further into the game than Guahaj did. It's gonna reach the arrows, but then I'm gonna be able to use the arrow superpowers on it. Or superpowers. Yeah, the end could absolutely demolish a city, I think, easily. So we have to just like if it gets here, let's look at the city that we have currently. I mean, it's a pretty built up city, but if the end got here, it would soon demolish it. Actually, I think even in the game, it would take longer for the end to demolish this castle than is logical. Like, logically, it should just blow, deal a blow once, twice, or 3 times, and the castle's gone. But no, the castle will stay for longer. I'm not planning to let the end reach the castle, though. Absolutely not. Yes, I'm playing in Chrome. I tried installing Flashpoint Infinity, which is like a Flash game archive meant to preserve Flash games after Flash dies in 2020 or 20, yeah, I think. But the problem was that I couldn't make the game larger, so it was like a small screen of like this size. I didn't want to play on that, so I decided to play in Congregate instead. I would like to see a fight between Godzilla and the End, and I would definitely cheer for the End to win that. I haven't actually like watched Godzilla, so I don't know the specifics of Godzilla's powers, but the Godzilla must be pretty powerful, I can imagine. More powerful than the frog anyway. Alright, so the End is nearing our reach with the arrows, and notably it still has a lot of health. Like we got rid of like 150,000 health, while with Guahaj at this point it was just basically already dead, and it initially had 350,000. So yeah, we're not doing as much damage to the End, which is because the End has a higher attack range and it can kill our archers here. That's the problem with it. So maybe it requires a slightly different approach. Maybe I should invest more into Phantom Archers or Dryads. I don't know. Perhaps Dryads. Yeah, I could, maybe, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep doing the Archers though. I'm pretty sure that in like 2021 browsers will stop supporting Flash, so you're not gonna be able to go on a Flash game website and play Flash games, and they're not gonna update Flash Player either. So you have to like specifically make sure that you have what's necessary to play it at home, not at home, but like on your computer. I'm a bit tired from streaming, so it's like I get some terminology wrong. Sorry, but. Yeah, like if you download Flashpoint Infinity, you'll be able to play the games that they saved, and you can also suggest games that you want them to preserve. So that way you can keep playing Flash games even after 2021. Alright, let me catch up on messages here. Godzilla is like twice as big as the End. Yeah, if we look at like humans being this large, or elves in this case, but they're like as large as humans, then probably. Yeah, they're both very powerful. Would the End be able to survive a nuclear bomb? Good question. What is the nuclear bomb's damage? Is it 999,999? Because if so, the End wouldn't survive it. Or is it just 900,000? If anyone can survive a nuclear bomb, it would probably be the End. I mean, the Lord of Hell is weak to like melee damage, so I think he would be weak to the to a nuclear bomb too. So I'm activating my arrow power now that the End is in range. Yeah, the End is fighting magical units, and Godzilla is fighting like modern units. We don't know how effective modern units would be against the End. But if they're both in the same world, I like to think that they're like on similar levels of power, and that they have like an epic fight. I definitely want the End to win that. I mean, even the name is so great. Yeah, well, the thing is, you can't really play Flash games in Steam unless those Flash games were already on Steam beforehand. Like, there are ways to package a Flash game into an exe file, which is what Flash games on Steam probably do, but basically you have to have the file with the game and a Flash player on your computer, and then you'll be set to play Flash games. I mean, to play the games that you have saved. Yeah, the skin might allow it. Yeah, since it is like purple and shoots purple stuff, yeah, I definitely think that might be the case. So, is a quarter way dead? I'm a bit concerned, because like 1/3 of the way there. But I guess we only now started shooting it with arrows, so we're gonna damage it faster now. Especially now that the elemental arrows can hit many times. Can a nuke be calculated by arrow comparison? Like, how would we do that? I have not seen the King Kong movie. I've seen surprisingly few movies in general. Like, haven't seen many of them. Haven't seen superhero movies. But I'm thinking I may actually start watching more of them. I don't know. Maybe the good ones. The Lord of the Rings ones are my favorites. I think they're very well made. And so kind of comparing other movies that I watch with the movies that I know are really good, it makes it a bit harder to enjoy those other ones. Oh yes, game theory. Can the End from Epic War 2 survive a nuclear bomb? I wish that there would actually be an audience for that, besides just us and like a few people. Epic War should be a popular franchise. It even has the name for it. I mean, the name is as catchy as it can get. Alright, so we're doing things. This Forest Guardian is still holding out strong. Well, good job, Forest Guardian. I would not want to be in your place, fighting this monstrosity. I'm also wondering why it looks like... It doesn't look like necessarily like a... Like, it kind of looks like a reptile, but instead of just scales, it has... It kind of looks like a worm. Hybrid, whatever. Alright. Super arrows! I would personally just make an epic war game that's kind of like a game that takes the best aspects of all epic war games, because I think it could be really good if we had developers that actually knew how to balance things and how to structure them and how to make the gameplay. No offense to these developers. I mean, thank you guys for making these games that have been such a big part of our lives, which I haven't thought about it. Epic war games aren't like known for their amazing gameplay or amazing graphics. Like, they don't have any one aspect in which they are unrivaled. There are games that can be objectively called better in every regard, but so why is it that we like these so much? I think that other than nostalgia, they're just immersive games. We are truly immersed into this world. And that's part of why Epic War 4 does so well, and Epic War 5 kinda does well too, despite not being great at gameplay. They go above the... Yeah, apparently the end flings people above the sky, but then they do come back after that. No, nothing can survive that fall, let's face it. Maybe a paladin, but we don't have one, we have a protector. And the protector has 920. Actually, let's try to send a protector and see if it gets flung into the air. Yeah, they see eternal darkness in the sky. They may even see heaven, where everyone's just lying around dead because the Lord of Hell just killed everyone with his armies. Yeah, so they see everything. Like, it's like their death wish as, oh, I want to see everything before I die. So they get flung by the end. They see everything, but then they cannot make it out alive after hitting the ground. Absolutely. Even if they survive the hit by the end. So let's see, we have this protector right here. So let's see, how is this protector going to fare? It's gonna get hit now, so let's see. Okay, it's thrown into the air. Okay, it got up and went. Okay, a protector can actually survive a hit from the end and then falling to the ground. I mean, there's no fall damage in this game, but it's funny. The protector survived 2 hits. I think protector just has resistance to like the type of damage that the end is, so that's why it survived 2 hits from the end. It still survived one. It survived 3 hits. So that means that 4 hits finish off a protector, or do they? Let's see. No! The protector is still alive. So the protector dies after 5 hits then. Wow. I did not expect that. I mean, it's not like they're useful against the end, because they're never actually gonna make it there and actually hit the end. But it's surprising that I thought they would have either died immediately, or taken 2 hits and died. But no, they're actually taking quite a bit of hits. 5. And only after the 5th one do they die. How would they be able to see underground though? The end's wings also go to space. Yeah. It's funny, but like here I can see more of the game than it's intended to. Like I can see this black space here and people actually coming from here. And I can also see the end's like wings, skeletal, colossal, scary looking wings here. But they don't like, they're still there. It's just that the end is so large it can't entirely fit on the screen at all times. Let's get some dryads, because I think that with their range they can actually, they do not a lot of damage, but over time it translates to a lot of damage. Also, I did a bad thing there by not summoning hobbits. Definitely my fault there. Okay, the end is basically 1/4, has 1/4 health left. It's going to die very soon. And it's definitely not my best run. I've had times when I killed the end faster. I guess regular archers might not have been the best idea. Yeah, there's definitely RNG to this damage. Kind of. I think there's RNG to all Epic Wars as far as damage is concerned. So what do you mean? What do you mean that you get surrounded by darkness? Like, is it dark because all the hobbits in the air block out the sun? Yeah, absolutely. I sometimes imagine like movies about Epic War, and like this would be an absolutely epic reveal. The problem is I don't know how the good guys would be able to actually beat it. Because while we have archers like shooting at it, it's not plausible that in real life an arrow, like a small arrow attacking this end, is actually gonna do any damage to it. I'm sure the end's scales are stronger than, are too strong to allow like taking damage from arrows. Oh, okay, yeah. I get what you were saying now about us being surrounded by darkness. Yes, but that's the same for all levels, so not just the end. So like, it's just the embodiment of how this game is like. There's literally darkness, and we have to fight it. So during the span of this game, there is darkness around us, and when we win, presumably the darkness isn't there anymore. But we can't check because if we go into a level, that means we're playing this game, so the darkness has to be there. Okay, so the music now stopped being boss music. I noticed that it happens when the boss is like around at 100,000 health left. So yeah, it's definitely not going to make it to our castle, but it will make it kind of closer than my other playthroughs. So yeah, I think so. So this was Guahaj on steroids. What level do you guys like more? Level 16 or 17? I like this one more just because it's a bit more epic and a bit more hard when they're sending revenge waves at us. So I do like it. I think the levels 16 and 17 are where the game reaches its absolute peak. And this is where, like, those people who have trudged through the kind of boring first levels are like now, okay, now this is finally paying off. But then we get to level 18. You like 19, Robert. I agree. 19 is good, but the problem is there's not enough dwarves on that one. It's not epic enough. 17. The end is much cooler and much more intimidating than Guahaj. Yep, I absolutely agree. It's much more, yeah, in every way basically. I think Guahaj is like faster a bit, which means that Guahaj can also reach your base if you're not careful enough, despite having a lot less health in the end. But the end is more epic, and look just how much further it made it, like on our playthrough when we use the archer strategy. We unlock an achievement, Dragon Egg, and we have won the battle against the end. This is so epic, but then they have to screw it up. This is another really epic image. Like, unlike the frog, which shrunk and like it will absolutely fit the level. Like, okay, it's like now like a small frog, and people are looking at it in like pity even. But there is no pity to be had here. I wonder how the end was made. Do you guys have any theories on that? Yeah, the end just phase out. Yeah, I think there are some creative death animations, like the ogre exploding, but they could have made a bit like they could have made some more creative ones for the bosses. I don't know. Maybe I'm just expecting too much of the game. But this is cool though. I really like this. And we unlock the Dragon Egg achievement. We now used the red dragon. I absolutely think that we should have unlocked this at level 16 and then this at level 17. Because we unlocked this at level 18. So after we unlock it, there is nothing more for us to complete unless we're going for like 100% on all races. So this is useless. And it's not gonna really help us against the Lord of Hell because it's like magic attack, so it's gonna heal him, which means it doesn't make level 18 too easy. So absolutely, we should have gotten this after level 16 and this after level 17. And this is fine the way it is. That would have made more sense and been better game-wise. Right, and now we go on to level 18, the final battle with elves. So I'm actually gonna even read the story for this one. The King of Hell watched as his creation fell and screamed, his body deteriorating into darkness and ashes, scattering its scales and shadows around as it was blasted into oblivion by the final blow. And the King of Hell's eyes were murderous as he came into the battlefield to watch the scene. The Sons of Destiny threw up their weapons and shouting in victory, taunting the King of Hell, some of them cheering, and others throwing shadows and demon corpses towards his castle. How can you throw shadows? I don't know. How does it make sense to throw shadows? Whatever. And suddenly the sky was pitch black. The darkness over here. And the ground cracked open. Torrents, possibly millions of pirated software and shadow soldiers broke from the ground, from everywhere, from all sides and from beneath and above, and laughter roared around the sky, echoing across the first world. It's epic. It's epic, but as we can see, the Lord of Hell isn't quite there yet. But this is some really nice backgrounds. The theme for Guahaj with backgrounds was white, the theme for the end was black, and the theme for the Lord of Hell is red. So it's kind of like the bosses themselves. Their color is similar to the color of the background. Killing him in Epic War 1 just made him reappear in Epic War 2. Well, my headcanon is that in Epic War 1, they lead the forces but they don't actually win and the end destroys them. But its long fades out of all legends, and then like it becomes a legend, but then in Epic War 2, the new army actually gets to face the thing, and like they've heard about it, but now they actually get to face it in real time, and but now they can actually get the power to kill it. I mean, I think the Epic War games don't try to be too consistent in like between each other. The second game doesn't tie the first game into its storyline. The third game absolutely does not tie the second one. The fourth one has some like names that are similar, but doesn't tie into the storyline. The fifth one is completely different storyline. Epic War Saga storyline is both completely different and lacking. I remember reading the story for Epic War Saga. There was nothing interesting about it, at least for the first 2 chapters. It's just like, oh, a guy is here, kill him. And Epic War 3 had barely any story. But Epic War 1 had no story at all, so that was just a game where we just fought evil with good. The original Dayan from Epic War 1 was created with a magic artifact during a volcanic eruption. An Epic War 2 version was a reincarnation and using more dark magic rather than fire magic. Interesting. Although the first one didn't really use fire either, it was a giant kind of castle-like thing, which, well, looked like the enemy castle. And it also used like, it also shot purple plasma stuff. Maybe this one is just a reincarnation that the Lord of Hell decided to put his own modifications in or something. Also, this castle is literally on fire. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think of it this way before, but yes, it is now that I'm thinking of it. It's on fire and that's how it's supposed to be. Was there words that you didn't know meaning of? In the story, do you mean in the story or where? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There is nothing that suggests that Vigraf the Red story in Epic War 5 is tied to Epic War 3, and I think the world is different because they're like, there's some Gralborg Grimtooth in Epic War 3 who's trying to destroy everything, and then Epic War 5 has the Hell's Gate. Yeah, Epic War 5 distinctly has its own storyline. Yeah, I think I understood the words, but it's just like seeing the word torrents. Let's face it, that's usually we think of that as something different. Right, I don't want these hobbits to do even 1 HP of damage to my castle. Oh, hello dragon. There's a dragon, right? They're gonna send a demon too soon, I remember that. But demons are fine to take care of when they're just a 1 demon by itself. Okay, we need 1 more mana boost. This is the last level, by the way. We've made it far, and I definitely, by the end, when I first tried Epic War 2, I decided to give it a chance. By the end, I absolutely did not regret it. I thought it was a great game, aside from what we're going to see in a bit. But overall, I think the fact that you have to get through so much monotonous stuff to get to each interesting battle makes it not the best Epic War. The best Epic War is probably Epic War 4, with Epic War 3 close behind. Then is Epic War 2 maybe, or Epic War 5, one of them, depending on what you like more. If you like adventures and exploring the world, then Epic War 5 is more your cup of tea. But if you like epicness and giant armies and fair gameplay, then Epic War 2 is more for you. Okay, is it gonna attack the castle now? I wonder. Or a dwarf. Yeah, I think it's hit a dwarf or a hobbit, so it's fine. Okay, final mana boost. Okay, best part is that there are no angel, worst part is that they send dozens of demons, which makes sense story-wise. Even though all things are corrupted by shadows, I definitely think that the demons would be like the thematic titans for the Lord of Hell. But better 5 demons than 1 angel. Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but demons are just so much easier to take care of. See, there's 1 demon now. He's not gonna make it far because of my super arrows. If there was an angel, he also wouldn't have made it far, but if, like, see, I have dwarves here. The demon's gonna attack them and kill them. The angel's gonna attack them and damage my castle. So, there's a difference there. Alright, super arrows. But see, the demon's gonna be much harder to kill than the dragon with super arrows because it's resistant to arrows. Oh my goodness, that re-aim was really bad. I just wasted so much damage with that. Okay, let's max out the castle. What if the story keeps constantly changing because there's some balance or something that breaks because of no demon leader, and as such the timeline changes? Well, how would the lack of demon leaders make it so that the time-space continuum suddenly changes? That's the question. Do they have really powerful demons who can alter that and keep fighting with each other? Oh yeah, let's not forget about level 19, the best level in the whole game. Absolutely. But I'm gonna say this, level 19 is better than level 18. Okay, I'm gonna send a dragon, by the way, because I can send a dragon now, so why not send a dragon? The dragon's kind of weird and doesn't do a lot of damage and isn't very durable, but it's better than nothing. Better than a paladin, not as good as a titan. And the mana cost corresponds to that. Yeah, best boss ever. Right, souls are... Well, what if the different worlds are just each demon's own interpretation of what should happen, or of what his own world should be? Alright, let's max everything out here. This time I'm not going to use the super arrow ability on the dragon, because we're gonna easily kill this dragon even without it. Yeah, haha. Our dragon still has a lot of health. Theirs immediately died. And if an angel appears... Oh, actually, there's no angels. What am I talking about? Okay, if a demon appears, that's gonna be easier to deal with. Right. Yeah, don't be racist towards levels. So, yeah, we haven't yet triggered the revenge waves, but if we become racist towards the revenge waves, we're gonna trigger them. They're gonna be really triggered, so... the revenge waves on this level suck. Now come at us. Right, this time it's important that we don't send anything... Okay, well, we can send things. We can send things for now. Okay, demon. What resistance does the demon have? Can you show me the demon, please? Okay, melee resistances. Okay, so we need melee units, I guess. We need protectors. Yeah, so we can send anything we want right now to get rid of these demons and the revenge waves. But once the boss appears, anything that's not a forest guardian or a red dragon is just gonna be a hindrance. It's either going to heal the Lord of Hell, or it's gonna make him attack, and we don't want either of that. See, and now I'm gonna use this super arrow ability. To hopefully make it so the demons don't attack, although I know it's not easy, and it's not an easy thing to achieve. Actually, I think we did it. I think we did it. This demon is about to die, I think. Is it? Is it? No, it's still gonna attack. No, it didn't attack. Nice, the forest guardian stunned it out of attacking just in time. Oh, okay, another dragon. Siege weapons. Melee. Okay, yeah, melee. Yeah, that, I'm just used to calling it melee for... I don't know why. Okay, the next game in the series introduces your favorite part of epic war games. I'm curious as to what it is. Don't say what it is yet, because I want to see when we get there, but... like, my guesses will include perhaps... I don't know. Either... Well, I mean, the unit control system is... I definitely think it's better there, albeit not perfect. The Lord of Fire's very much badass. Like, absolutely. We can now use spells instead of just buying units or something, or arrow tower, I don't know. These are like the... Like, if there's something that you find really cool about it, I don't think it's just a systematic thing, I think it's something that actually feels cool to use or something. So, maybe Lord of Fire, maybe the Epic Tank, because the Epic Tank is, unlike the cannon here, the Epic Tank in Epic War 3 is actually really good. Yeah, I definitely hope that you can be there. Have you tried to auto-mouse Epic War Saga? You know, I think I might just do that. I was cautious about like trying it because it's technically, since other people also play it and there are leaderboards, it's not like it's not necessarily fair, quote unquote. But I'm not actually like playing against other players, so I think it might be a good idea to just go with that. Because yes, farming in Epic War Saga is really boring. It's really repetitive and grindy. That's why I don't really like Epic War Saga as much. But it does have its good moments. For example, like figuring out how you can defeat whatever level you're currently on. You don't always know. Oh, the Red Dragon can deal with the Flame Devil one-on-one. How was that? Is that because the Flame Devil has a 666 attack? So how would a dragon be able to deal with a devil one-on-one, or a demon? I guess maybe the demon is just more specifically oriented at group damage. Okay, the Epic Dwarf. Oh no, I have not heard of the Epic Dwarf tank. That's the secret. Unit in the game. Oh, look at how many of them there are. Okay, at this point we have to spam everything. We have hobbits, elf protectors, other ranged units or whatever. I should probably not done ranged units. Okay, I'm not gonna do ranged units. I'm gonna do protectors and hobbits, and actually I'm just gonna do protectors. No need to use hobbits here. Right. Yeah, the Lord of Fire is not like... the Lord of Fire definitely has problems, because in Epic War 3 it's really easy to die if you aren't really being well defended enough, and then it dies and has to respawn a lot. But I will say that while the Lord of Fire in Epic War 3 isn't like my favorite thing, the Lord of Fire in general is really cool, and it was introduced in Epic War 3, so it's kind of like by association. I think it's really good in Epic War 4 and 5 kinda too. Kinda 5. I don't know, it looks great in all of them. And it's useful in 4. 4 is like the one Epic War game that managed to actually find use for like all titans. Ooh, the giant... Wait. The giant laser cannon machine thing from Epic War 5 is based... I just realized something. So... the Iron Fortress from Epic War 5 is made by the goblin scientists. Goblins are small and they're short, which means that they're dwarves. So, the Iron Fortress is an epic dwarf tank. That makes total sense, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, I guess the Titans aren't like the best part of Epic War 3. The Blue Dragon is alright, yeah, it doesn't get too far into there. But, what would be a really cool thing about Epic War 3? The giant meteor? I don't know. Oh no. Okay, Red Dragon has 8,000 HP and melee attack, and that's 66, okay. Against the castle, oh, it deals 100-200 damage to others, okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, so, like, you can't really quantify the demons' damage that they deal to, like, units, and there's also randomness involved, I guess, so yeah, I can see that. Ooh. Okay, let's see. The flame deals, okay. Okay, so it deals it only to the castle. Yeah, I can see that. But okay, so I guess the dragon would be able to kill a demon, but the demon is just so much more useful. Wait, did this beast rider just got thrown? Did the forest guardian just throw that beast rider behind herself? Oh no. Alright, let's unleash our terror of arrows. Because this black dragon, even scarier than the demon, because we're not close to the castle. Oh, another forest guardian, nice. Oh, the forest guardian is about to die, that's a shame. Hence why, what is not as strong as an Epic War 3? Goblins? Or I just missed what exactly you were talking about there. Oh, okay, we're actually doing really well against these demons. I mean, they are attacking us, but as you said, they don't do a whole lot of damage to units. So yeah, I can definitely see the demons aren't the best. They're a bit of a pain to get rid of, and there can be a lot of them. Like, the game doesn't really throw a lot of black dragons, just 1 or 2 at most, but it can throw a lot of demons, so that's their scaredness, but they're not the strongest titan. But yeah, it would be the thing about the Epic War series and dwarves, the dwarves are always really big in the Epic War series. That's like kind of the meme. And now we know why. It's because the bigger they are, the more epically they can walk. Right, there's one demon, but one demon is nothing compared to our many. Okay, even our Titan would easily get rid of that one demon. And the dragon helping? Yeah, it's great. But the demon's still gonna be able to attack, which is a shame. Now I wonder if these magic attacks do anything to the Lord of Hell. I don't know if they heal him, or if they attack him, or if they don't damage him at all, or don't do anything to him. So I don't know if they're worth using on him. Okay, another dragon, because we filled up on mana, can't get another of this one. So we'll talk about why we can't use any other units, in case you don't already know. I think all of you guys in chat already know. But we are about... Wait a second, I just realized. We're gonna have to fight another revenge wave, don't we? I thought we were gonna fight the Lord of Hell already, but no, we're gonna have to fight another revenge wave. Which will appear very soon, actually. Another Forest Guardian. Alright, see you when you get back. Yep, there's a black dragon there, and probably more things. Wait a second, there is not a revenge wave. Okay, I thought there would be a revenge wave, but there isn't, because there can't be a revenge wave that just consists of one dragon. No, it'd have to be a lot of stuff. And then the thing is, the castle is protecting that dragon, because we are attacking the castle, but not the dragon. That's the problem. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna sip some more tea, because some crazy things are about to happen. Oh, the two last levels send their lesser revenge waves with a third HP instead of a fourth. Okay, that actually kind of makes sense, like they want to make it harder, so it's easier for you to summon 2 revenge waves at once, and then you may lose. But we don't lose, we aren't losers, we can summon 10 revenge waves and still win. Okay, probably not, but something of that nature. Alright, so we're going to resume, and now the castle is going to be destroyed. Let's look at what this boss has to offer. Boom. Okay, so if he keeps attacking now, so the thing about this boss, yeah, he's probably gonna keep attacking now, right? Or not? No, he's not. I guess that means that he's just the forest guardians are just immune to him attacking. So the thing is, with each attack, he subtracts 500 damage from the castle, which means that if he keeps attacking, we're eventually gonna lose, and he has a lot of health. He's weak to everything, he's weak to melee, but if we just try to fight him, he's gonna kill our castle earlier, so we have to figure out a way to not have him attack. And the obvious way is to, okay, let's just kill him with ranged units, but he absorbs ranged damage and magic damage, so they're gonna heal him and not kill him. It's so unintuitive that we have to figure out we can only use the Elven Titans, the Orc Titans, and the Red Dragons to deal with him. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, he kills the first wave of melee units, but I thought that the Forest Guardian came close enough to be in range of the attack, but apparently not, because both of them are now in the same position. Also, I like how these small guys are not even a problem anymore, but there are ranged units over there. And the only real way to deal with those, if we want to deal with them, is to let them kill all of us here and let them come out, and then we kill them, and then we send more. Bombers, actually, I don't know if bombers... I don't know what damage bombers count as. If they count as melee damage, they probably would be useful. But if we send a bomber, he might start attacking. So let's try to send one bomber and see what happens. Yeah, he's probably gonna attack. But I want to at least see whether he's gonna take any damage from that. Okay, another dragon. I didn't notice whether it damaged him or not. But yeah, he attacked now because of it. So it's not a safe option in any case. Let's try to use these attacks. I think they damage him, but it's really hard to tell. Okay, we have 3 Forest Guardians here now. We're gonna be able to damage him quickly. And so that's the level. He can kill us easily, but under some circumstances he decides to just stand there and not kill us. And then we have to spend a long time actually killing him, because he has a lot of health. But he should have a lot of health, otherwise he just wouldn't be able to kill the castle fast enough. I just think the level could have been designed better. Yeah, it said King of Hell. I think they just kind of considered it interchangeable. But, well, the Lord of Hell also is consistent with Epic War 5. So I prefer to go for that one. And it also sounds cooler. Yeah, but his weapon is some sort of an energy beam that can transfer into the ground and just damage everything on the ground. Yeah, definitely a cool weapon, I do agree. If only it made any sense. If only it made any sense that he didn't use it. Yeah, I'm comfortable talking. In my own room, there's nothing. There's not a problem with that. I don't think they're different characters because, like, there's a King of Hell and also a Lord of Hell, and they're just kind of chilling and sharing power, and we know nothing about it. It would be weird. So the King of Hell's like, okay, so meet my friend, the Lord of Hell. You're not gonna be able to get past him. I don't want to do any fighting here. Yeah, pure fire, I guess. Like it's kind of like a beam of lava in a way. It's kind of just like fire energy. I think they killed some of our actually, no, I don't think they killed any of our forest guardians. We still have 3, it seems, and we still have our dragons. So yeah, even though there's ranged units over there, it takes them a while to actually kill us. And we quickly damage the Lord of Hell, much quicker than with the End, because the Lord of Hell doesn't fight back, so it doesn't kill us, only the ranged guys try to kill us. And he's weak to any melee damage, so yeah, we definitely do a good job against him. Also, these power-ups can at least help somewhat against those guys over there, I think. Like, maybe they'll hit something? I don't know. Oh, so we kill the Lord of Hell and then an even stronger King of Hell appears? I would not be up for that. The End is bigger, yeah, well, the thing is, the End, so the Guahar, like, has wings that make him seem like a little bigger than he is, but not significantly. He's like half the screen. The End has wings that make it seem bigger than the End actually is. And like, without the wings, the End is just kind of like a snake. But the Lord of Hell has giant wings that make him seem a lot bigger than it actually is. But here, the thing is, I think that the design is this way so that the Lord of Hell would fit both in this space horizontally and in this space vertically. And I think it's a really cool design. I think it's a good step up after the End. I think he looks even cooler than the End does. Two wings on one side? How does that, like, in a strictly practical sense, how does 2 wings on one side even work? Like, what does it accomplish? I absolutely like the bosses here in this game and the way that the last levels are designed, except for this the gameplay of level 18, and I think it's a much more conclusive ending and a much more interesting one than it's more interesting than Epic War 1, and it's much more conclusive and more epic than Epic War 3. Epic War 3 perhaps is the least epic of the games, but we'll get to that when we play Epic War 3. Floating 4-winged version. Wait, what do you mean without any damage? That doesn't mean you can't damage it, or it doesn't do any damage? Yeah, although, would it be able to both fly and hold a gigantic sword? I can imagine it would be pretty hard. Not that I feel any pity on the Lord of Hell, but more like the Lord of not being able to, a Lord of trying to look epic and then just falling back on his 4 knees. Not knees, wings. What am I talking about? 4 knees would be kind of like, I guess this kind of, I don't know. Okay, well, we're almost killing, so I think after all we didn't need to kill these guys right here. They are shooting at us, but they're not gonna shoot at us enough to actually make it so that we can't beat the Lord of Hell in time. They're not gonna kill all of us before we kill the Lord of Hell, and he's just chilling there, okay with his death. He's like, okay, well, at least you guys can fly, so it doesn't matter that I can pound the castle before you can kill me. Okay. Another Forest Guardian, not that I think that she would make it there in time. Oh yeah, remember that the End had its wings kind of sticking out to the black border over here? But Lord of Hell can't even fit here, yeah. Epic. Oh yeah, he's durable, but well, he is durable. I don't know. He has a crap ton of health, but he's also weak. But the thing is, we can't damage him with ranged units. So whatever damage output we have, it's not as much as our damage output with the End or the Guahaj. If he wasn't weak to melee, this would be just ridiculously unreasonable. But this way is fine. See? Not even a boss music anymore, just the regular enemies are strong music. And that now, see, that usually happened when the boss was at 100,000. Here, the boss was at 150,000. The music will now change to the normal music of everything's fine. Oh, actually no, it changed to the music of we're winning. Nice. And that's because we are winning. Yeah, I think the End would absolutely defeat the Lord of Hell in a 1v1 fight. Although, if we take into account that the Lord of Hell can damage the End's castle, the End still has a too powerful of a castle to for Lord of Hell to be able to kill the castle in time. Yeah, the End would absolutely win. I think even Guahaj might beat the Lord of Hell in a 1v1 fight. Yeah, Goman, and you haven't even seen it all. There's even something that's beyond those wings in the blackness. So, we have just defeated the Lord of Hell, the last and most unreasonable level in the game. And we have this, alright, the war was won, but at a heavy price. As the King of Hell screamed, engulfed by his own flames, which he used to pound at the ground occasionally, the shadows fled back into the darkness and scattered. So they weren't completely destroyed, but they fled, so for now we win. The Shadow Army has fallen, hundreds of thousands of dead bodies covered in field from mountains to forests to both enemies and allies. Years ago, the first Sons of Destiny marched through the lands and were decimated. The flames of hope were put out and died, but through time a hero rose from the ashes and reignited the fire that was once gone, and the Sons of Destiny marched once more. Your wisdom, your courage, and most of all your leadership, and most of all looking up tutorials, the darkness was scattered, and the impossible was achieved, and the peace returned. And as you led your ragged troops, be it orcs, humans, or elves, back to their homelands, there were no discrimination between any of the three. It was as if all of them remembered that they were all one species, under one king, and impartial, indiscriminate under one sky. At home you were crowned this king, and you held a memorial for all those soldiers who have fallen. Elves, orcs, and humans stood side by side, remembering the war, remembering the cost of greed, and remembering the price of war. You remember the war and the price of war, kind of repetitive, but okay, I shouldn't nitpick. And though you rejected time again and again the crown to the first world, secretly you took it happily, and ruled over the lands, erasing borders, promoting trade, and rebuilding kingdoms. Under your rule, the first world was united under one sky once again. And the angels returned to the heavens to rebuild their kingdom and hail a new king. All was well, and for now there is peace. But as you sat on the throne, you could not help but feel that the conflict was not over. Though the shadows were scattered, they were not yet gone. Beneath you, even now, the shadows and demons were scheming and replotting, battling against each other for a new king. The battle was won, but the war is not over. Which is ironic, because I can assure you that this is the last time that the storyline is coming up in the future epic war games. As we already discussed. Okay. So EIRL would have to go and stab the Lord of Hell, apparently, but would have to stab it with long pikes, so that the Lord of Hell wouldn't think we're close enough to actually attack. So we're stabbing it, and it's like, okay guys, at least you aren't right under me, so I'm not gonna hit you. I'm just gonna die peacefully. Elven Titan, I'm pretty sure that the Elven Titan is like in the story there is like each race kind of has a leader. The human leader is the guy that we've been with for most of the story. The Elven leader is the Forest Guardian, who is a she, and the Orc leader is Overlord Zeros. And we can see all three of them here. And I'm pretty sure that the Elven Titan is just like the Forest Guardian using a lot of super powerful Elven magic. The problem is, as we discussed earlier, we can summon more than one Forest Guardian at once. So, is clones apparently? I guess it could be different elves who each like were taught this magic, and each of them can now use it. But like, as far as the sprite, it is a she, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it is the Forest Guardian, though I'm not 100% sure. But all of this is pointless because of one thing. Remember how the Lord of Hell came down from above when he entered the field? He could have just done that to the castle and one... Oh, yep! Yeah, but I think he just... I think for the Lord of Hell, jumping down onto the castle would be like stepping on a Lego. And he knew that it would make him win, but decided that it was not worth the trouble. He'd rather die. A new law was applied after this war. All arrow towers are hereby illegal for at least some time. Yeah, absolutely. Arrow towers were illegal because they remind people too much of how easy it is to win with the arrows. I guess it's not as easy. The arrow towers were way OP in the first game. They're good in this one and they're essential, but not that OP. They're actually fine. But yeah, I do prefer at least like with the style of game that Epic War 3, 4, and 5 are, I just think an arrow tower doesn't really fit there, so I think it's fine that they don't have one. Okay, I kind of wish that they would let us see the image that we had over there, like on the screen, like you have congratulations, you've killed like the Lord of Hell, and would be able to see the image in more details. But whatever, we saw it. It was like the three of us and the Lord of Hell. So that. Oh. That, my friends, is Epic War 2, and we have now finished it. It was quite awesome at the end, but I am also kind of glad that it is over because it is a pretty investing game, and it takes some effort to actually like play and get through it. I do think, however, great experience. With Epic War 3, I'm thinking perhaps next weekend, perhaps next Saturday, we could start with Epic War 3. And I wonder how many streams that's going to take to complete. But yeah, are you guys all going to be available next Saturday, like at around this time, like around the time that we started this first stream? Yeah, let's hope so, because I'm definitely looking forward to Epic War 3, absolutely. And for now, thank you guys for watching, and I suppose this is the end of the stream. I could showcase the Dragon and Demon. I showcased the Dragon already on level 18. I don't think it's worth it to showcase the Demon or to like finish the Orcs. I could showcase the Cerberus and the Angel Knight for us. We haven't seen the Cerberus, but the thing is, it's just a Titan, just a regular old Titan that is similar. It looks different, but it is similar in structure. And we've seen the Demon and Angel for the enemies already, so I don't think there's anything new to show that would be worth leveling up more. So this is the end of Epic War 2. It was an awesome stream. I really enjoyed this one. And looking forward to the next one on Epic War 3. Unless something happens that makes me unable to do it, I'm definitely hope that is gonna be able to do the stream next week though. So, okay, the Cerberus. How about I'm gonna record a short video showcasing the Cerberus. I'm not gonna do it now because I need to at first like level up the Orcs. So I'm gonna try to do that and then record a short video where I just show what the Cerberus is and looks like, perhaps, so that you don't have to like watch the grinding. Yeah. Right. And Goemon. Yeah, I think the Epic War games are good. Like they are good as set for like recording. The thing is, like personally, I just wish that more people who have never played it before found out about the series and like recorded it, because it's fun seeing first impressions. Like at least personally for me, like we have played it, so like we don't really have any surprises. We have some surprises that we haven't seen, like the Cerberus or stuff like that, but I definitely wish the Epic War was just more popular in general. It's It has a lot of plays in Congregate, but on YouTube, definitely not a popular series. Or, not popular game series. So, that is going to be it for this stream. Thank you guys for coming, and hopefully see you next week with the beginning of the Epic War 3 stream. Bye guys.